So on our last leg of this journey that you guys have been on, you guys had finally left the Aarakocra city that was floating in the sky. You quickly made your way into the storm. You came across a village that was being attacked by some crustacean-type people. You helped save them. You met seemed to be an ally in the form of Felix. He seemed to have similar goals as everybody else. And you guys journeyed across the wet desert as it was slowly flooding and flooding and flooding.
Wet deserts and things.
Yeah.
How?
Finally came across a giant lake. And in the middle of this lake was a stone pillar with chains that were coming off chains that were coming off each side of it. And at the bottom of it, floating above the water, was some fish-like oracle person who seemed to be channeling some type of energy towards it, slowly shattering the chains of it. Your group engaged. You met with a lot more crustacean people. At this time, Vannevar admitted that he could not win a fist fight with a lobster.
Yep. I think it was before that. I think it was after we fought them at the town.
Yeah.
But I definitely cannot fight just my lobster. Coward.
There was a lot going on in the water. It seemed like the crustaceans that were more of a deterrent from you guys getting to stop the actual oracle herself from releasing it. He eventually released it. You guys fought a giant baby kraken. You managed to defeat it though. But it seems that even though defeating it, the storm has continued to just swell and be as it is. And from that point onward, you guys moved on towards the snake folk temple that you're moving towards, because that's where your next leg of your journey is taking you. And Felix got a note that was a tough fish to his people, and he said his goodbyes to everybody, and it's probably see you guys eventually again, and left.
Yeah, John, right now.
Trucks come up in water. We think at least. I don't really know anything. That could have been before. It was
But that's where I think you guys were just bedding down.
Yeah, we had just exited the storm or whatever.
I have to draw my boots first. They're really down.
Oh. No. That's where we'll pick up.
Drawing? No. Unless you're sweating. You sleeping?
I am.
That's kind of weird, bro.
It's been a hot day.
It's been raining.
It's still muggy. Yeah, but do you know what humidity is?
You want raining for a week and a half straight doesn't mean business?
Lots of humidity.
Well, yeah, but it's not that warm because too many rain clouds are blocking the sun.
No.
This is what
You're not a meteorologist. You're a nerd.
Yes. No, that studies natural phenomenon. I think you
Weather's not-
profusely as weird.
Weather's not natural. Everyone knows it's magic. Isn't that right, Ortall?
Wait, a meteorologist or a meteorologist?
One of those is a large man, a woman, and he looks pee a lot.
Yeah.
Not that.
Why are you so familiar with biologists?
I like books. A lot. But, also, ologies are weird, like biologists, like bio things. And it's quite a variety of those. There's microbiologists, they're little things.
Looks, yeah. Macrobiologists.
I don't know what stuff exists right now. So,
Just
National big things exist.
what are you guys doing for rest?
I'll take first walk.
I'll take them.
I'm a meteorologist.
My boots out next to the fire.
You're dragged you into a spot.
They're not wet, they're dry.
Sorry, they're wet.
Hold this. That's a log cloud. Oh, fuck. I'll concentrate on that for an hour.
You don't just cast fog cloud now. You go fog cloud. Everyone's like, why is the lights off?
It's nighttime.
It's a bigger version of it now.
Puts the dagger in my pocket.
I like this list.
Yeah. And then it's gone.
Fulminus.
Huh? What?
Every time he hits you with dagger, does it give something?
It's a dagger of fog.
Where did he go? Why is it not foggy when he's making it?
I'm a weird guy. You know this. Listen, I make lightning come my sword. What's so weird about fog on my dagger?
It's not no dagger though.
He's borrowing it.
I'll hit it. What's happening?
I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna start sweating profusely. It starts to rain. It's just me. Just drips.
I'm gonna reach in my bag, pull a little handkerchief, and I'll trade you.
Alright, thanks.
I'll clean my staff off.
It's gonna get real staticky now.
I'm still concentrating.
So,
Yeah.
Two hand bodies are just sitting right next to each other in this massive cloud of fog.
No, for real though, I have really no idea why all that happens.
That's strange. I'll have to ask my test.
I'm not big on asking questions. I'm just supposed to. I do like questions actually. I'm not big on asking questions of my good friend Kelvin because
He doesn't have questions for you.
exactly he just does. He's a good friend, you know. I'm not big on questioning good friends.
this is why every bad guy attacks you guys.
Yeah, it's a personal relationship.
Fireball.
We promised each other answers.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll give you an answer. You asked me about What did you ask me about? You know, I sold. Why
You got
I sold
exchange.
You asked a question about the soul, and I gave you my sense I could. Because
I no one that knows about it. This is the best time for me to trust.
I've got on that.
While the fog is sitting here, I can tell you something.
I would like
See.
to see what all this thing can do.
I'm ready. What do you do? I need to.
It's more is there anyone you'd like to check on?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to check on Lyra if I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my good friend from back in the village. I'm kind of curious where she is these days. She left at the same time as I did, so I don't really know where she ended up. I'm very curious to see if she's doing all right.
How much can you tell me about it?
Um,
Do you have anything of hers?
actually, no, I don't. The boat was hers. So right now, I don't. So she is like our friend Qrux. She's a dragon. She is a full elf, unlike me. She's a wood elf. She has dark brown hair. A dragon's little blue thing. I don't remember its name right now. I don't know if she told me its name ever, being honest. What else does really know about her? She likes shooting things at bow a lot. She's pretty good at it too. Wicked smart, but less like book smart, more like street smart, you know. Really good with trees. She likes just every plant you can think of.
Okay. So the name is Lyric.
Yes.
Are you pairing into Oregon?
No, we're not get into it.
No, it's each time you want to do something with it.
No, once you do it once, you control it.
I'll let you.
So you can use an action to peer into it,
So you control the orb for as long as you remain attuned to it.
control it.
So now anytime I can just use it now that you control it while attuned to it.
No, in other words.
Yeah, but we'll find out. I'm gonna try to cast Scrying on Lyra.
With the information that he gave you.
Yep. It's kind of vague, but she likes plants.
That's okay. And she just gets a +5 to the save. That's fine.
It's pretty fucking. What type of person is that? Lyric? Even like what like race? I'm asleep.
24.
Oh, she's
24?
elf.
You said +5.
Yeah. Worth a shot.
That's what I think.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So as he goes to.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
Weird.
She might be kind of good at those kind of things. Trying to read her mind's not very easy.
It'd be a lot easier if I had something.
Oh, I know how to do those.
You do have to worry about right though. In front of you.
Right? Like, I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know if I remember right. Do I?
No.
I don't think she gave me much.
Well, you'll notice that when he uses the spell from it, like this weird blue, like electrical energy starts to sparkle inside of it, and then as soon as he uses the spell, it kind of fades after that.
Cool.
Starts to swell up, doubles in size.
Yeah, anytime he tries to use it, it doubles in size.
That's a big ball you got there.
But yeah, but it goes back down.
It's good. Stay swollen too long, you should call a doctor.
Yeah, probably. Well, maybe we'll try again.
Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. I'm gonna watch around and look at things, looking for weird
In the fog?
notches.
Or we can't see?
Yep. Any more fucking questions, nerd boy?
Yeah, this might help. How well can you see in the dark?
Pretty well, actually.
Well, this might not
Lovely, by any means. Why, better than Qrux
No,
can.
you're staying with the dark down there. Okay, so he's just blind fog. Isn't it like a minute?
It's an hour.
No, even worse.
So it happened on.
Can't you cast a spell to disperse the wind?
Yes, I can.
Will you?
I'll make a small bubble of using dust. I'll make a small bubble around us, but not disperse the fog. Just clear out a space around us. There you
Two
go.
of us or around the party?
Around the two of us.
Give shield.
Nobody else is here.
And
But-
fade to black.
That'll put that away.
Boy.
And they've made it awfully hard for us to keep. Well,
I mean, I get it. You guys have been on the road together for a while, but what's the past?
It's been a long time since I've session.
well,
You look like one.
You got a little. You can really soft to us. So far.
that's all. All right. Yes, keep a watch.
You gotta make your subject.
You keep watching. Fuck drop all. I would definitely get right.
Listen.
That's pretty damn good. 22.
23. So, we got our ears peeled.
I'm gonna step beyond the phone and then look at the stars. I'm still concentrating on
Okay, you can make your subject.
They're just weird little gust pinholes around so I can see through little parts of it.
Yeah, I was going to say Gust isn't strong enough to get rid of it.
Is it also the better one? I have the
It's
other
in-
tool as well.
In
Yeah.
its place.
You have to do
Um,
Gust of Wind.
You guys don't seem to be bothered or notice anything.
That as well. Or you're said.
Foggy camp.
I mean, I'm sure if you spent
I like it.
5 minutes doing gust, it makes.
Anything else,
It requires a 10-mile-per-hour wind to get rid of.
anything else you guys want to do in your watch?
No, I think I'm doing alright. Pulse talking is good.
Who's gonna be doing next?
I'll be next.
I mean, nobody can do it. I mean, that's fine.
I'll be on next as well.
I will reappear in your jacket pocket.
Pretty much.
Good morning. Hello.
He's like, hello.
Grab this other.
Kelvin,
Is he feet?
I have a question. Why does it get so foggy when you hand him your deck?
Huh?
Why does it get so foggy when you hand him your deck? That's
Us.
Oh, we're a traveling magician group.
You also made things disappear when we were underneath the tunnel.
Is that hair out of a jacket?
Traveling magician group.
You got a clown car for a dagger? I don't know what clowns all cars are, but you got a clown car for a dagger.
It costs gold to get my secrets.
Well, haven't I already paid for some of things?
I do not believe so.
Well, there's choice.
And you talk somewhere else, I'm really trying to stick with it.
Well, it's in your jacket pocket.
He's not. He's not currently.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they call you
Like, I hit you in the face and ear slaps you.
Zoya, are you alright? Been with a couple of days.
Oh yeah, your midsection from where one of these things hit you hurts a lot.
Mm,
When it goes one tapped you.
yeah, I mean, he's gotten one tapped twice now. Just keep getting. There's 23 points of damage.
You got hit by that
But
headshot.
same as Saint Sweeties at the end.
With it like targeting the bird.
Zoya, you're the coolest bird I've ever met.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Looks like
Should I headphone in?
I've learned from Ortall just to stare snacks. In Orin, I will. Zoya, can you speak Orin normally, or had you just heard what you said to Prince Anna? I speak. So you can communicate normally in Orin? I speak. That's a no. Why don't you just respond to me in Orin? I did. Okay. So is that a no? Or is it just the way Zoya talks?
Mhm.
It's just the way Zoya talks, okay. So you can speak normally in Orin. Okay. Right. Very well.
You guys want to make a perception check now for
No.
18.
19.
you gotta find the right dice card. No.
7. He's looking at the stars.
Yeah.
I'm actually asleep.
Yeah. Seems like an uneventful
Yeah, probably leaned up on
watch goes by. Sir.
I'm tired now because they wouldn't shut the fuck up for me. So definitely not me.
Alright, so those two down there. Oh, yes, these two together. Greatness.
23.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. It's a green thing noticeable. And you guys have you've been through a lot in the way you travel, so right now it's kind of seems kind of peaceful with there not being any rain or anything. But it's just you two. Well, and I guess and Draggy.
She sleeps. You doing all right, big guy?
Clobber you.
That was
That was the trigger word right there.
At least 3 days ago, on the time.
The moon's getting real low, big guy.
We're getting real lows. Doing fine.
Tori Justin.
Yeah.
I think it actually works out that we just watch together, so that keep an eye on each other. I'm on this side of the camp, and you're on that side of the camp. I'm going to keep people between us and think we'll be good friends.
Such bad PTSD.
It's immediate and visceral.
Oh,
You know, have you heard
I don't remember.
the phrase "sleep with one eye open"?
Literally how he sleeps.
I have.
I have the bird orb in my eye socket, so it's like I have one eye open. But yeah, it's tough to try to get over almost getting killed in one hit from a new acquaintance. But I know you didn't mean to, and I guess I forgive. Even though I don't even think you think you don't even need forgiving because you don't remember doing it. So it's a weird situation, but nonetheless, do you smoke tobacco?
I mean, I did at one point. I don't anymore.
Yeah, it helps you forget and forgive. So if you ever need any, I got you.
But doesn't it help forget to get already
From over
remember?
Yeah, I'll throw it down the way you can pick it up.
Down, we can rotate.
I like how that works. You forgive, he forgets.
Real legend blood circle.
I roll 15 yard in my sleep.
So
Frog sleep, you sleep.
do I remember that you came in the boat with Zoya?
Yes.
You don't remember them. You don't know them at all before.
Nope. Just ran into them on the docks. Well, technically, I think they ran into me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this whole darkness cloud that keeps popping up every time we try to do stuff? You know, it's really hard for me to contribute as a functioning member of this team when I can't see anything.
I mean, I've never been in the cloud.
I feel like somebody needs to talk to the little one.
Is that where the cloud's coming from?
Yeah. I see his ears wiggling and then everything just goes black. I can assume it's from him. Plus,
He
he's
has
using
done
dodge.
every combat, so yes.
I would suggest keeping my distance from him.
How do I get fog vision?
It gets really weird logistically when I'm keeping my distance from multiple people in the party. But I'll try my best.
I'll probably go to see in fog.
Why something?
Are you using
No,
specific?
that's I can see other environments. That's
That's
also in the dark. I want to be able to only be able to see better in fog.
Is fog like a mist and side situation? Can I walk on it?
You know higher decks. You know higher movement speed and better decks. Yes.
Better decks.
That doesn't get better.
Yeah, it does.
You're the manual of quickness of action. Good luck.
You can walk on it, but only the part of it that's on the ground.
This way.
It's a millimeter of height.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's all you need to stay away from lava.
Yeah.
It actually makes you walk slower as you're trying to push your foot through it.
All right. Guess I should go collect the materials from that. I usually just spend time walking around the camp when it's my watch, and just like picking up random odds and ends I find in nature. And if there's any like rodents or whatever, apparently one of the things my character can do is can find small animals to hunt and get food for the day or whatever for the party. So just kind of looking for like rodents and shit like that.
Make strong turns.
I will assist you on that.
Is that advantage? Thank God. 21.
Come on.
Also training.
In the desert.
Scorpions.
Yeah, lots of scorpions, tarantulas every now and then.
High in protein.
Yep.
Pterotulas?
Hey, rabbits.
Yeah, the one in the party.
What? They're
Don't
they're
eat
desert
them.
rabbits.
So
I
can I
eat
after
Kelvin.
I get back from camp, and I'm gonna kind of like try to
Wonder snakes.
squeeze some of the venom out of like a stinger of a scorpion or something, and just kind of like keep it in a vial and
It's usually not done. So since you're about to eat it anyways.
yeah, and then I'm gonna chop the stinger off, throw it on the fire, throw the scorpion on the fire.
It's not the venom turns into a deadly inhalant when it gets burned.
Jokes on you.
Like golf was your first mistake.
I don't remember, did anyone take any lobster meat?
Nope.
No.
I think it was just Felix.
Oh, I just get it raw. Raw.
I just figure you assume that I'm gonna literally take my fucking tail dagger
Yeah.
and like scavenge.
If it can be used for food, I imagine you would get it.
Yeah.
I actually popped a headless inside of the brain like it's a crayfish.
I'm still stuck up in the hole.
I think we
Making
ate
this
some
final.
there, but I don't remember any other specific
I
incentive.
know Felix made some when you guys were in the village.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't.
Pretty sure I technically cooked some in the fight.
Well,
Considering 2 or 3 of them died literally only to fire damage.
Have bad crab disease now.
maybe.
That'll take 70 years to affect me.
You just start walking sideways now.
Grab.
Sweat runs out.
I'm wet. I don't even know where's the water.
Back that way.
My claws is my new weapon now.
You hunt and make it when morning starts to come. Sun's nice and bright. Good to do your forecast for the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna use druid craft to see what the weather will be like today.
It's dry and humid.
Dry and humid today, guys.
It's a little mixture.
Should be kind of nice.
Any wind comes from the storm and brings in the humidity.
I miss the wet. I like the wet. Wet's good for my skin.
Spits on you.
Don't spit on me.
It all feels kind of good.
My skin gets drier, not the rain.
I like the solar radiation. Feels good on the show.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Just start casting gust constantly as we walk. I don't want to be high. So I'm just going to keep myself as cool as possible. Pull up the hood, just kind of the whole day. That's me.
Okay.
Does anyone have any sunscreen? Does sunscreen exist?
Walking, can we ride your chocobo?
Yeah, we could do that. Why don't we ride chocobos again? Go, Fulminus. Not Fulminus, that's me.
Throw yourself. Your bird throws you.
I've had birds in this. Come on, it's. Come on.
I think I'm riding with you today.
I'm sorry, the sun's getting to me a little bit.
It's been like an hour.
It's a long time.
We just woke up.
Listen, I was raised in a rainforest.
Yeah.
The sun's not been seen. It's what? Not real sun. Like the filtered sun through the trees. You know what I'm saying? Well, the trees are the dragon tones back.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them are just like a few.
There's more in some places, less in others. Sound like everywhere.
Right. Agnes.
Apparently, I already had a vial of scorpion venom, so I must have done this and like already.
You don't have to do that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on you now, alright?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cock one leg up and get on.
Maybe I will have them.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, everyone else is just calmly climbing.
Yeah.
Up.
He's got the spicy one.
You get the spicy one, and he rolled there in his first training. So
And he tried to throw himself to mount.
18, baby.
You give him like that dad stern voice, and he's like, he kind of like kneels down for you on top of him.
They make it so much easier when you don't maybe hop up there on one leg.
But like as soon as that leg gets over, he automatically launches up.
I get the little pop up.
Oh yeah.
Twice you down.
Mm. Always feisty.
Oh, you've been good today. Didn't we get treats? I'm just remembering.
I'm sure he gave you guys treats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give him a treat. I can't remember how many he had, but I know we have at least one.
Firebolting this in the face.
Don't shoot my bed.
He likes it.
No,
He likes it.
he's not yours.
Some fireballs back.
He likes it. It's them.
He's not. That doesn't matter. Maybe he thinks you're playing.
He might think you knew.
Yes, I five.
I was just nice a bed.
More talented than you, I think.
No.
Literally. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Towards the temple.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Towards the
Northeast.
Did they say how many days travel is for? We have no idea how long we're gonna be doing.
Which is
Our travel schedule got kind of fucked up by, the never-ending rainstorm. The
yeah.
lobster people in the middle of the desert. Andrew, I thought cats, dogs, birds, and snakes was bad enough that you put lobsters in the desert too. Dog people,
Those are going to be the least of your worries later on.
Lobsters even get there.
bugs, snakes, dogs, birds, cats, lobsters.
They're there the whole time.
Have you never heard of rock lobster?
Rock lobster.
Oh, paper tiger.
I'm up all the way on top of your shins. One hand on your head, and it was like,
That's right. His wings out. Who's leading this?
Not me. I'm delirious.
Why are you delirious?
It's hot.
What is this?
Alright, so what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to look for like tracks? Are you wanting to look for like structures? Or you just wanting to perceive the distance? What do you
So we're headed in the desert.
signs?
Hey, I have a map.
Hey,
Mhm.
because I'm delirious, can I roll a disadvantage on perception? What's going on around us? I'm just curious. Looking around. I'm paranoid because I'm too hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we're headed to a
Oh, so bad.
room, a temple, right?
You see
To the northeast.
Kelvin pointing on top of his head.
What do you see? Is there another one? Another lobster?
Well, on the map, yes, it does say the shady sand. There are no markings there.
Well, yeah, I thought Otter had marked somewhere on the map or something.
Never actually been noticed.
Okay. So at least we know what direction
He
it
just
is.
gave you a general area.
So I'm gonna look.
I can get us to shipping
I'm gonna look at the mountains to the north.
Mhm.
Just kind of get bearings and just start going that direction. I highly doubt there's tracks in the desert that have been blown all
Yeah.
night. So
Who's the two up front?
well, he's on the thing with me.
So it'll be you, and I guess you if you want to make perception checks to see if you notice it.
That was it.
Okay. With your 17, you guys have been traveling, we'll say at this point, probably for a good 3 or 4 hours. Just kind of sticking to the path that you have the group following you on. As you're getting farther and farther away from the storm, the air here is just hot and dry. You guys are just riding across rolling sand dunes. Eventually, out of the corner of your eye, you get like a quick gleaming of something off to your right side, east. Yeah. You look that way, but you don't see anything. It just caught you in an instant. As you guys are just riding.
How far? Generally? Like the horizon?
Yeah. It's hard to tell. It's like when you look at the desert, it's got like those waves going on. Just yeah, it's got that kind of effect going on. That's just how hot it is.
About once every 30 seconds, I'm casting prestidigitation to cool myself off.
Did
I hit myself with the cold gun.
just the once?
Yeah. It seems like whatever angle you're riding at, the sun caught it at a thing and you saw it at that distance.
I will also cast precipitation on Fulminus.
So I'll kind of like
I'm blowing into myself.
gradually leave the group east, but I'm not gonna like short train or anything. I don't want to just make any attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of keep it in sight in case it happens.
Okay.
Keep going northeast, but looking.
Let's see here. If two people want to give me a survival check,
I can do that if you want.
like say you can-
That was guidance you.
Take one.
That's a good.
I need it.
I mean, yeah, you did.
John was up there. Yeah, 13.
25.
Wow. All right. What's your 25?
Yep.
As you started to veer off and you're still heading in some of the direction, but you have a little bit more east. You have them going towards it. I'll say it's like maybe like another hour of travel. You're starting to get to the point where I'd say like 10 or 15 miles off to the southeast, you can start seeing what is the Azor River as it itself is heading up north. You're starting to see like patches of like actual like grass and whatnot as you guys are getting farther over here. But it's odd because you have all these patches of grass that are leading up in the one direction towards the river, but to your left and the west, it's still just desert. So it's just odd that there's something like this here. Because you guys have been almost all the way through this desert in this first part of grass that you guys have seen. 25. I'd say after like kind of like taking in the surroundings, you see off about 150 feet from you. It seems like a statue of something. Can't really make it out from how far you are right now, but you can see it seems like some kind of stone statue off in the distance.
Okay. I guess since we're in the vast nothingness, we'll just steer towards it.
Oh, rats. This is you guys are on your birds. It takes a few moments just to get up to it. Yeah. So you guys get it. It's just it's probably like a 15-foot like just like serpent like statue just sitting there. It's kind of tilted like it's been here for a really long time and it's got growth all over it.
There's any markings, indentation on it.
I mean, it seems like it has like some type of like tribal art engraved on it, but nothing seems to be out of the norm of what you've seen so far.
You're up, Magic Man.
As we ride up, I'll cast Detect Landing.
What?
Okay. I thought it would throw on everybody. Nothing.
I'll haul off the bird, start investigating the statue.
Maybe we can do.
Looking for any kind of markings, anything.
Investigation.
By the way, I don't pop off the bird so much as I
Just desummon
desummon it, land on the ground, and grab the orb from between my legs.
I'm looking around for any animals.
Remember,
Now that the biome was different.
Yes.
yeah, this you just
It's 24.
Survival for snake.
Morning. Where you want?
I'm just looking. I'm not getting down.
It might be space. 24.
Oh, we doing
It
survival?
doesn't matter. It's bad.
You do sea grace.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you roll?
24.
24?
How high up is the snake's mouth?
Probably 15 feet.
15 feet? I'll bet this is down today. I don't have any proof of that.
I mean,
I'll feel good about it.
I could find out.
You should do that.
I'm gonna wait till it's after sunset.
Sure.
I mean, as you're looking at the statue, it's really, I want to say like worn from just weather and sitting here for so long. There doesn't seem to be anything too noticeable about it. It just seems like it's just some type of snake statue out here.
People still sitting on birds a little way back. Is there anything in the mouth?
If you look now,
This on the mouth.
maybe some vines that have grown around
It's
it.
the season.
Pointing in any particular direction? Like, does it seem like it was distinctly put facing south or something?
Pointing more towards the river.
You said the river was forking off northeast of us, right?
Yeah.
More east than north, though?
Is the statue fully unburied or is it partially submerged in sand?
From what you can tell, it seems like it's pretty deep in, but I mean, it's hard to tell with all the foliage around it.
I see.
Well, I will start by putting my hand on it, see if it's different in temperature, if it has any kind of like spots of it that push in. That's like
No,
regular.
matches about the temperature around where you're at.
But did you say it was fully unburied? Did you say some of it was buried?
It's like mostly fully like unburied. It's just sitting. It's just over time and the sand changing. It's just starting to lean.
It's a little.
It's as unburied as it should. We think it's as unburied as it should be.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's anything below it. That's what you're trying to think.
Except the sand.
I mean,
I was more like, is there more statue below it?
How much more statue?
it could just be a territory marker.
Yeah.
That's also
I
true.
mean, I think this is just a good sign going in the right direction.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Nothing too strange.
Or it's the wrong direction and it's tricky.
Also true.
It could be.
I'll just have packed a small piece of jerky and lay it in front of the statue.
It eats it.
Didn't
Here, what happens to it?
Now there's something in his mouth.
the bird people tell us that they were very territorial?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
I mean, it would stand to reason that they would have territory markers.
Yeah, this is probably telling people to keep out. Let's just keep going.
Yes.
I like your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get frosty.
Was
Some of the worst way done.
What was the name of was it just, what was the name of the snake people?
I don't think he gave a name.
I personally don't. I
I
think
think
he
you told
just-
that their area was in the desert,
Well,
just northeast.
I was curious because all the other races had names. I wasn't sure if they had.
We didn't ask.
I don't know, maybe like the Guardians of the Book of Land.
Steve.
I'm gonna stick to snake people.
No, I'm fine.
Snake people is good.
We'll call them Steve.
He didn't give you a name.
Okay.
Snake people.
It's
Not using
it's
snake people.
definitely not.
Snow people. Very important distinction.
What do you guys do? I mean, it's a lovely statue, but what do you guys want to do?
Well, if you-
Heading in the right direction.
We
We should probably continue north. I think we should head the exact opposite direction of which way it's facing.
the mountain, like
It's
the facing north.
It's facing southeast. You said it was facing towards the river, and the river's behind us, right?
Rivershore.
Just go behind the snake. Just keep going.
Well, yeah. I think we should follow the exact.
place.
I think we should follow the exact opposite direction of which way it's facing.
Yeah.
They won't expect us to be inside.
Is that probably poison?
The safest place
Well,
is
it's-
behind the snake.
We approached it
They
like
can bite behind
from the
it.
west.
Not
Right.
there's a
North.
It's can't bite behind you.
So when you noticed it, it would have been still eastward when you moved towards it.
Okay.
And,
And its head is facing
it's
us.
facing
I
up,
like.
or no, it's facing the other direction.
Facing the river.
And I think we head east,
I think we should head away from where it's facing.
but it would be facing west, and we just came from there.
Well, no,
That's
it's
what he just told us.
Yeah.
it's facing directly east, or it's
Yeah.
east from
It's
us.
facing east.
Okay.
And
It's
came
facing
from
towards
the
the west.
Snake. I don't know. Some snakes like sense, some don't.
I mean, we also have indication that the statue has moved at some.
But it's shifted at least. I mean, it looks old, right?
Sure.
It
So
shifted.
my run in with
like,
snakes in the wilderness, does this look like it would be reminiscent of any kind of like biome type snake? Like, I guess what I'm asking is like, obviously desert snakes look different than like jungle snakes.
More like a
So I was just trying to get a feel for the way
Mouse
that the
snake.
statue is made.
sea
Okay,
snake.
so the way the statue's made is like the top part is snake, and then it kind of goes into like a kind of like a lizard folk type body,
Is the snake head like desert snake or like jungle?
like cobra.
So desert-ish.
Uh,
Or plains. That's true. There are also
Snake?
jungle
Oh man, how
snakes.
cool.
How close are we to the river?
I'm against this case.
Was it here when you guys were into? You were like, I think I said like a good like 5 or 10 miles somewhere in between there.
This is facing that way.
But 5 10 miles. That's a long way.
What do we think, guys? I think we can go east, personally.
Let's ride.
I mean, I'm gonna look at the map. The shifting sands, is it on the west or the east side of the river?
On the west side.
Maybe we should just head north. Map says the shifting sands is still within the border of the river.
Shall we follow the river then? Because usually people live along rivers because water's good. Right? Yeah.
That's what yeah, that makes sense to me too.
All the books said that all life originates from water, so I'm guessing these people aren't very different. That's not always true. It's not.
No.
Everyone needs water.
Everything on the elemental plane of fire is alive, but doesn't have water.
They're like adjacently alive. It's like,
Well,
I'm bored.
we should head north. In worst case scenario, we're
Pretty sure Ignis may pick you if you say that.
that's fine. He's gonna pay.
Pretty sure he doesn't need water.
pretty sure he hates water.
Does Ignis just roll on it, good?
I think we should just head north.
All right, so I lied. I had to look at my map. All right, so where you guys are located at, you are heading towards the river. The shifting sands is actually southeast of where you guys are. So, like, once you reach the river and you cross it, you will be in the shifting sands area.
Okay, then we will go. Then I will suggest we go that direction,
Okay.
which lines up with what he was saying.
Alright, Ignis.
Which I'm guessing that's about where the statue is pointing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Everything tracks.
We got
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna put Ignis back in
I
his
think I
helmet.
did.
And I'm gonna go ahead and swim across because he's like, I'm not doing that to him.
Oh.
I put Ignis back in his ball suit and across. Because I'm not putting him in the water because he wouldn't like it. And I'm packing
You already at the river?
Probably won't.
5 miles.
Oh, we're gonna go
5 miles later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk there.
Yeah. Little football face.
How big is the river?
The river, well, a lot bigger than it normally is. It is encroaching over the bank. It's probably like a good, 30, 40 feet across. So,
Man.
Uh,
I wonder if I would have come in hard here.
yes, you did, but the picture you sent me is too zoomed in and I cannot see the shifting sand.
That's a non-problem.
Yeah, I can see the very edge of the water that connects to Port Melbourne, and I can see SH.
This is a
well, that's all you need.
it's a non-problem for right now. Let's.
Yeah, we got it sorted. Did you ever get that finished?
No, I gotta get with him
How
on
fast is
the
the water moving?
I mean, it's got a flow to it, but nothing that's just gonna sweep you away.
Bird fluid?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna walk across it
Yeah,
Wait just a
with a
second.
rope. And I'm gonna stop in the middle of the river when he says, "Wait just a second."
I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc. And the ring's not attunement, so if you just hand it to me, you can float across the disc.
No,
As well as a couple other people.
this was a gift from a dear friend.
Right back.
I thought he was a fox. Moxie is just going to float across the river.
Yeah, that's you two.
Yeah, so those two are just like
Cool.
on top of you.
That is the map I have, so.
I'm just straight up freestyle across the river right now. Fast as I can. Got my speedo on.
Then we all get to stay dry. I really don't want one to do it. They've had enough bait in the water.
Oh, you just gonna just.
Because I can't, it follows me.
What if you sit on the front of the disc? Will it follow you?
No, it follows 20 feet behind me.
Oh, that's less helpful.
You use this spell.
You should just call in his shoulders then.
I think he wants to.
I'll
Just make arm for the walking arms.
Well, then get on the disc.
I'm
Sick last time.
Didn't!
You don't.
I
You
don't.
were there.
Once we get to the stand, I'm gonna test the
You were 20 feet ahead.
You were way too
Wait, how
far.
far is it across the river?
40 feet.
Everyone's waving at you too.
Okay.
other side of the
I'll just misty step across the river. I will walk 5 feet into where my feet are in, and I will teleport across.
And I'm in the middle of the river having a discussion with him, and he just leaps, flips.
And you're like, oh yeah, just teleport away when we're having an argument. Oh, he's behind me.
And ironically, because of what form I'm in, I reappear and my feet, everything around me is like slightly frozen. There's just some slushy water floating down the river.
Am I still waiting in the river, or can I go
No.
across? Okay. Then we'll walk across and throw them. throw the bird back
It's
down.
something you every time you do it.
That's the temptation.
I get some more light every
I'll
time.
run it. My boots still a wet.
I will run them.
He's doing this.
I think it's
He sweats horribly at his feet.
They're cursed.
It's not sweat. It's just wet.
They're cursed.
It's sweat.
They don't smell bad. It's just wet.
He's almost sweating right now.
I'm always sweating, but it's not that bad. My boots are damp from natural wetness. My snot. We just tried them off. You don't know you're talking about.
Inside check.
I want to inside check it too.
There's no reason for it. I'm lying to you. They're not wet.
So hitting you for all then. I'm lying.
I am lying.
It's okay. Because had you did the tinder floating this thing, you would have dragged it through the water.
It floats over surfaces, doesn't it?
Every feet above the ground.
I'd want his water, but wet balls.
50 feet above the ground. It's not floating surfaces.
I literally just hold on to it.
I'd be fucking staring you down when
Yeah.
out of the water on the other side.
Are you kidding me?
It does not.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
You know, if not, every wizard would be casting that and then fly and stealing everything.
Well, that's because it can't go up that high. It can only go the 10 feet up.
You feet off the ground.
But you guys have like a couple hours left of the day.
I think that's a rules as written versus it's a dependent question.
Though it is like palm trees, grass. I mean, there still are like patches of like sand and whatnot, but
It's like beach grass.
Find some animal.
find some animals. There's lots of animals.
It's tropical sand, less desert sand now. The whole party's animals. Except for us two.
Yeah.
Actually, people are animals too.
Not in this sense.
What sense do you mean? Why are they animals? We're not.
You make a survival initiative.
I identify as a mineral.
Rules above game.
Or will help since I'm there.
See eating or eating.
Tucker is.
I don't.
Are you making a survival check?
Uh-huh.
I'll aid you.
Oh,
Well,
oh, hell.
I'll aid you so you can do it with advantage.
Take that advantage. I won't believe that advantage. It's 12.
I tried it.
Well.
oh wow.
Maybe I'll just leave your environmental stuff to me.
If you do it at that time, we get lots.
As you guys are making your way through this oddly lush area, I mean you'll notice like lizards every now and then climbing up trees. You'll see birds every now and then. There's definitely a lot more, I would say, wildlife than what you've seen so far in the desert here.
Eldritch blast the birds.
Exactly.
Lightning the wild lizards.
And that right there is the sign of our party is here.
Any lizards that go within 15 feet and lightning fluid.
Wow.
Wow.
So there's one right there.
Weird. Quiet.
Here's Qrux-Jon.
But you guys travel. Crux, do you want to make a survival check to see if you notice anything in your surroundings you got?
Guidance.
It was like advantage. That's a good guidance.
Seems it was bad. Trying to get rid of it.
18.
That's good. That's not bad.
I mean, it's bad.
It was 9.
But because it's survival.
After about an hour of traveling, you do notice almost like a makeshift path that no one else seems to notice as you guys are kind of just like riding by, but it just catches you up because I mean you've lived in the jungle for a long time, so you're just like that's odd.
Like, it's been, like, walked upon and, like, laid
Yeah,
on it.
like it has been made itself. Like, yeah.
It's an
It's
old
been
Danny
there.
trail. For all we know, been bed by
And you
bison.
said there's, like, palm trees. Is there any, like, tall trees? Or do they...
It's just mostly palm trees.
Palm trees aren't really trees, so.
I'm lucky throw the coconut egg.
But that might be some fun. Lightning Lua.
Everyone keep your eyes out. This looks like people have passed through here. And head that in.
I'm going to pass without trace.
You go stealthily?
I do it.
Okay. So if you want to go stealthily, it's already up.
Yeah.
How long does it last? 2 minutes? 30?
An hour.
An hour?
And
An hour.
I'm going to stealth on top of my friend.
Same.
Same.
Just thought I would
Are
make
you the
sure.
driver?
16.
Are you the driver?
I always sit behind.
Are we all doing stuff too?
Apparently,
Is that wrong
you want
now?
to at least.
What's stealth based off of?
Stick.
Yeah, do the threads.
Oh, good tries. We probably want to get off the birds and think
There's just chicken scrap everywhere.
The birds aren't very stealthy also.
I'll cast Mulder if you cover tracks through that.
We don't want I'll assist you, I can do gust to blow it.
It's not illustration. This one's in the game.
Yeah. Now I'm putting in tracks.
I'm blowing them away.
I took care of the tracks.
You're making tracks and I'm blowing them away.
After about like 15, 20 minutes down this path, you come across like two more of those snake statues, and they're kind of like on each side of the path, just facing toward each other.
We chose the wrong
Okay,
way.
attack Mulder.
It is getting closer to nighttime, so like on the front of them, they do have like 2 lit torches.
Now this feels real trappish.
I'll cast Protect Magic again.
It kind of looks like a gate of the city,
So
so
we
without
think
the
that-
hole.
And without the city.
We might be going back there.
Do we see a city behind it?
Make perception check.
Last time this happened, I got never in store or
Got
never in story.
Thanks.
Maybe it doesn't think statue staring at
Why
each
not?
other.
That is a 17.
17. I mean, with it getting darker, the trees that you're not used to seeing in the desert.
Yeah, those aren't real trees.
I will say that I'd say like a good hour's worth of travel ahead, you can see what seems like the top of something. The structure, maybe. Could be a mountain from this point of view.
There's something big over there.
It seems like the path is leading down towards.
I'm gonna give the both statues a once over, see if they're like the exact same as the one we saw, or if they're slightly different.
Seem to be.
Seem to be the exact same.
These ones, well, like they do have like vines and whatnot growing up them. They are
Better taken care of.
yes, a lot more stationary after they are.
But like same markings and stuff, or
Yeah.
So does it look like I'll be able to climb a tree and look and see what's up? Like you want to go up? How tall are the trees?
They range from like 10 feet to 20 feet.
Should we go ahead and set up camp so we're not going into this town in the middle of the night when they can
I'll go to the top
sleep?
largest one around it.
You could do that in here too.
Make sure place them
Right down with a long.
Does it matter if my bird can climb?
we're not over.
No, because that'll be hilarious. Just
I mean,
as you're holding on.
it says climb half speed on the
Yeah, you're just angry this from the
I
saddle.
was just saying it looks funny.
He just grows some masculine arms and
So I'll
starts
just level so, acrobatics. 15.
15. So they did point out the things is you do see what seems like the top of like pretty big like I guess flat pyramid type
Like a
structure.
giant thing.
Yeah, like way off in the distance though. John, it would have been so much better to watch your bird and then just plant up top.
So I'll when I get to the top, see it, then I'll mount at my bird and come down.
It's kind of like when Tawhito was on the side of the building. It was going around like, whoa.
You're sitting on the back of his neck.
I'm literally like near his asshole.
Yeah.
Just boots.
Yeah.
Just riding it down.
I could have shimmied up that tree for you.
Yeah.
That would have been less fun.
Hey, how far off a distance?
That's to you and the bird foot racing up a tree.
It'd be like another couple hours.
William?
Yes.
So we're
It's hitting like it's hitting nighttime, so it's like probably like I'd say like 8-ish.
so we're probably
Just has to be in your
a couple hours journey from some sort of temple in the distance.
It's dark kind of like in the jungle too.
Mm-hmm.
We should hold the rest here then.
I don't know if resting next to the creepy snakes is just a great idea.
But it makes a solid gap for us. One direction it can't come from. The snake.
I mean,
Well, that's the
Like,
does it look like there's been any other travel through here?
Simple.
Perception.
17.
And yeah, you can see it's weird though, because like you see like the snake markings that snakes normally make, but you also see like footprints also. So, but yeah, it does seem like this path is pretty heavily used.
Yeah, snake scooters.
you said it's only like,
Snooters.
I thought it was only like another hour to the temple, right?
That's a good restaurant.
It is only like another hour travel to the temple, right?
Couple hours.
Please. You just stick it out.
You want to arrive to to an unknown snake temple in the dark?
Unknown Snake Temple and City.
We're for a mission, and we have plenty of light sources. If they have torches lit, obviously people show up at night.
Or they want to see people coming at night.
We're not trying to go unseen. They do a job. We're here for a reason.
And why do I feel like we should sneak? I have this like
Feeling everything.
it's like a feeling that's come over me. Yeah, it's like a sneaky feeling that I have. It was a little while ago.
It's more a veil of silence and shadows.
Yeah, exactly. I feel a veil of shadow and silence.
Man, our calling was so specific.
Not none.
I mean, if you want me to, I can pull out the sword and it'll light your way. And it's
Oh god,
silence and stuff. Shadow.
I'm getting kind of tired. And
that'll never show anything as we're approaching.
my thighs are getting pretty chapped. Chapped. I'd like to take a break before we go in. Be nice and fresh with our new friends. So we're not.
Suggesting we just walk off into the forest and rest there.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys want to do?
But we
That's not what I want to do, but if that's what everyone's doing. I'm doing it.
So what's the other options go in there when we might be hostile and we're exhausted?
Let's travel all day. You didn't have buds. What do you mean you're exhausted? You sweat.
I've ridden something that long before. It's not fun.
Yeah, but like, when you're just so sometimes.
Yes, her name was
My worry is
Oh.
that inside is hostile. Do we have a problem with hostile? We do try to sleep.
Well,
Well, yeah, the
we
hostile, obviously.
haven't been able to meet yet as a group, and even if something bad happens, they'll just have us sleep inside anyway.
Spoken like a real leader.
Oh,
All right. So, what are we doing?
I mean, I guess it's not super late.
Hmm.
Going to the city then? All right.
yeah. Keep walking past these creepy statues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It looks out. Creepy. Alright, so you guys going by bird or foot now?
The 2-hour bird journey or a 2-hour foot journey?
Seem like 2 hour by like foot. So bird would cut it in half.
Well, we could take the birds closer and then go by foot.
That sounds like a good idea.
Trust your discretion.
So is that what you guys do?
Discretion. Mm-hmm.
Back up on your shelf.
So you guys travel. It's like another.
How lush is the jungle, like outside of the path?
I mean, I'd say it's like. I would say it's like overly lush. Like you can, like I said, you can still see like pretty big patches of desert. It's just
Would it super impede our movement if we went off the path and kept
No.
going that way?
not really.
I think maybe we just kind of stay in the throes of the shadows.
Sound like a good
That's probably a good idea.
Or like I'll lead them like
Do the
still within visible range of the path, but
birds have dark vision?
Huh?
Do the birds have dark vision?
Oh, okay.
It's a good question.
So I don't have a card.
Hang on.
climb half speed.
No.
It was not mentioned.
So we'll take the birds until they can't see anymore, I guess.
Well, they're going where we taking them. But I can't see shit, so someone else is.
Don't worry, Tawhito.
I can provide a light source.
He's also a beacon of hey, we're here.
It's also a beacon of destruction and monstrosity. I love that.
Or I can literally start taking copper pieces out and have them light them up and throw them in the woods ahead of us.
It's only a standard torch. Amount of lives of a standard torch.
I can double
30 and 30.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's 15-15, but I can make it 30 and 30.
Good.
I can do 60 and
Almost
60.
my brightness, and that's
You
30.
guys really trying to announce our presence? I can do 60 and 60.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, but when you go to a darker part of the jungle and then you make a light like that, it's very noticeable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we should just have somebody with vision to lead us through here and
Yeah.
try to make a lot of attention to ourselves.
I'll put out with you.
We should probably disperse from between the
Be a
dark
driver
ranks
also.
and blindside in the back as well. So I'll move that.
Corey.
Hey, Kel,
Yes.
if anything looks hostile, do me a favor.
Fog.
Go about 40 feet away from me
He already
and then do your thing.
How about you go about 40 feet away from me?
Because you're fast.
Split and go 20 feet in different direction.
That's a compromise. I like that.
Oh, but listen, you go 20 feet towards Tawhito, and I'll go 20 feet away from you guys, and then it'll be perfect. I'm just saying I'm not as efficient if I can't see it.
But you can't see right now anyway.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's even worse when you throw darkness everywhere.
It's about the same sort of not standing.
No, because if someone creates a light source, I still can't see if I'm inside your shit.
Now, y'all sensing a lot of hostility right now?
We are entering possibly hostile territory.
The good news is, no matter how angry I get, it'll just cast darkness. I can't. So,
Well, that only lasts so long, so we're
an hour.
And you know what it does after that hour?
Yeah, an hour.
I'll see what I can do. But if you're near me, I'm going to be to make it hard to
Do
see.
you like squid? You a squid rabbit?
I think he's just a normal rabbit. He's just gonna be mad.
Maybe not. His arms don't even go down. They just stay like this.
So you know, have arms actually.
Danger, you always create the best of folk.
I don't know any rabbits.
It's possible choices. It's just like a instinct.
Turn. See and pull.
Okay.
I think I'll notice when you do the giant thing of
All of your forms a little shell.
Wait, but you have passed without a trace.
But
I forgot about that.
It just makes it easier to get into his pocket.
Well, like, so you just drop to the ground,
More of an accident, I guess.
onto the bird, and then each drop to go in your pocket.
Well, the postal stay.
How about instead of going in his pocket, you just ride it like a belt?
No phone in the pocket.
Here's the real question: does Kelvin care enough to me? You disappearing and going.
Just make eye contact with him, man.
See what happens.
Just go
it's a 15 still.
make eye contact with him.
You see him though. Boom, in front of you. Oh my gosh. You don't like you see him disappear in front of you, but like he jostles you, so you land on the
You have
bird,
no
and
idea.
you kind of like, wait,
Where'd he go?
where'd Ortall go?
Are you riding him like a belt, or are you in his pocket?
I'm in his pocket.
His pocket.
What is it? I follow the snake.
I like a garden snake.
Yeah.
Little boy.
Pocket.
There's a walking. It's a big ass pocket.
So Kelvin's like, it's like that point in Batman where he's like, that's how it feels.
In order that may surprise you.
Right.
One-
So are you down with
There's-
passing the reins to me so I can
Well, now you're on a bird by yourself.
here? Since you can't see.
Ortall has disappeared from you.
I'm very back in the pack now, watching.
He's literally.
I love the idea of scalpels. Seen that whole thing? Fun familiar.
Hey, guys, stop. Ortall disappeared.
That's strange.
He does.
There is no way that's possible. He's huge.
Where'd he go?
What's on there?
I cannot confirm tonight.
We're still radaring in circle in like different points, casting message, trying to find Ortall.
Passive perception continues. Yeah, that's fine.
At what point does my message radar hit Ortall?
As soon as you point at Kelvin's pocket.
Ortall, where are you?
He can't respond.
Not responding.
He has to be able to talk.
Snake can't talk.
He has to be able to.
Give me a second.
You whisper a message,
No
he
languages.
whispers back.
You hear her stat.
What if he's dead?
This is counterproductive.
You guys waste a lot of time.
Have we seen
This is
it?
where you guys are camping?
Have we seen it?
You're still vaguely traveling, I think.
Have we seen it?
Just
Well, you did just come to a dead stop.
Ear bolt.
That's true.
Say anything about languages, actually. Making his back.
No.
I passed the ring.
He doesn't answer
He's
either.
got dark vision. Continue.
Does have to follow a straight line, can travel freely around corners and through openings, and doesn't specify anything about languages. Do I get it? Dare I hear you snake lapping? Once I point at Kelvin, I will keep it to myself. Ortall's having a good time. I know where he's at. I think Ortall's still close. I think he's just scouting.
Yeah, that sounds like Ortall.
It does?
I mean,
No.
he would be is he can't talk in that form and is talking and whispering the same thing.
Probably.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Snake lapping. Once it's if it was polymorph, I'd be more like it's druid wild shape. Still has all his mental stats.
All right, we're going through the forest
Wild shape specifically says you can't.
with a very talkative elf at the ring.
Some
Mhm.
really crazy shit that you can do with it.
I don't like it. You want to get on mine if you're not feeling. I get lonely. What happens if I get off this thing? Can you unsummon it, or is it only the person who owns it?
That's what's doing.
Leave it behind. Ortall will find it. Okay.
Oh, well played.
I will begin to climb off of the golden chocobo.
Dude, imagine that
Okay.
turning into a snake in your pocket.
Is there any 20 to sneak out of his pocket?
Destroys it.
18 or higher.
The chocobo just continues.
Oh, some of those. You slither out, doesn't even notice.
Did you go on the golden sugar, right? It was a snake.
Yeah.
You can remember.
Yeah.
As
Your own bird.
sliding off, I'm gonna like try to whack it with my nose to make it go. But
Doing animal handling at this van.
Yes. It's a 24.
Wow.
Excuse me. 26.
So as you get off and you start to walk away, the birds. And you see this little snake like it's got like the reins in its mouth. You're just like, what?
Now you just sit out every day.
man, I don't like snakes. Climb up, climb.
Just plumbing this.
No, yeah, jump up on the Fulminus' shoulder, leaning one arm on the top of his head, and point like that.
I'm bowling the arrow.
Right rock.
Do you have the rock illuminated?
Oh yeah.
I am now a beacon of death.
I can't.
Not anymore.
Now you're all seeing in the light.
You guys have that nice little sidebar happen. You're a little behind now.
Did you do that before? When did you do that?
It did before he turned into a snake.
Probably see.
The light thing?
Yeah.
So I would not have traded
Yeah, that's
reins with him if I could
That's-
see.
Right.
Alright, so we're heading clear. So while he's doing all his talking, I'm still going.
Okay.
So that way we're pushing forward.
So you guys travel. Are you guys trying to do this stealthily?
Probably after like 45 minutes or so would probably slow down.
And we get off.
I mean, you said we're like estimate like two
Yeah.
hours. We're
Then I will have the light.
At that point that you reach. Okay.
Now we unsummon birds, I guess. What we're doing.
probably go on foot from here.
Sounds good. So, we're on this.
Gold chocobo and grab the snake off the chocobo.
Bite you.
Thanks. You
It's
jump.
the guard snake, so it won't hurt you badly.
Yeah, I'll just calmly set him on my shoulders.
Please turn back.
I still had a trace work from
Chocolate.
Dragon as well.
Yeah, it's anything. Or it's like up to 10.
I'm gonna try to press buttons on the choker go away too, because I just know I answer.
Actually, when you take the snake and you put it on your shoulder and you walk away, the bird follows you.
Okay.
Ortall, would you mind dealing with that so we can get in here?
I thought we decided that Ortall's not here.
Yeah, this is my understanding.
He's scouting.
Yeah, snack.
He here?
I'm gonna peer on his shoulders, full-sized Ortall.
Oh god.
And immediately, you know,
No, this is you're like, where's
I was laying on the ground with my head in between Ortall's legs.
Instantly decapitated.
really awkwardly.
Not cool, man.
Bull.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Big old
Do you have to have hands to unsummon the chocobo? No.
I don't even
man, we're
What are you guys doing now?
I'm just staring at Ortall.
stealthing
It's
towards
like-
the temple.
10 o'clock at night.
As far as I knew, he could only turn into a town. So this is mind-blowing.
We-
Like, I don't know, he can turn into any reptile in my life.
Yeah, so you guys can make.
Are there any like? Is there any like lights in the distance? Like more, like it's almost like we're approaching.
You can make sure that protect if you want to. Disadvantage of it. Can't see.
Can you tell me
I be able to see lights,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
what about a chipmunk?
What?
We're regular then.
16.
16. See here from your distance, and you got 45 minutes. I mean, as you like when the point that you guys stopped at, and now you're getting off foot. Whenever you look to like towards that path again, you have noticed that like every 30, 40 feet, there are two more of those statues with torches in them that are leading down this path.
So they're growing and
What
not
about-
growing in size, but
Frequency.
there are more
Yeah.
frequent statues.
Rude.
You guys will have to remind me because I'm constantly forgetting. Are these guys supposed to be like friendly, not friendly?
I don't think so now.
I don't think they're not.
I think they're gonna probably try
Like
to roast
neutral.
fire.
I don't think.
Like neutral with fangs, right?
Yeah.
I'm following. Following.
I'm still trying to add more to all trying to.
Not happy, but they're not happy with the speed. They're probably not really
Star thing.
We've all been told territory.
What about some fish?
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, because the only two guys, well, I don't know, 45 minutes plus the excursion. Probably not. Probably wore off by now.
The rules don't make sense. Why a rabbit, not a chipmunk?
Hey, I don't feel very stealthy.
Listen, I've had a major revelation. I'm going to do a lot right now.
So everyone's stealthily. Oh, I guess everyone's group stealth check.
Yep. You're not still passing that trace, right? No.
all pass for no price. No nothing.
I ain't guessing. Why did you stand on? What? Why did you stand?
Huh?
Why did you as a person?
As Lula and I both rolled a 12.
13, 14, 10,
Mm-hmm.
20.
There's a little more success than anything there.
10
So you guys make it.
average.
It's you kind of stick to like more of the sand markings through this light jungle,
Yeah.
avoiding any of the leaves and whatnot on the ground. This will impede this will slow you down a little bit traveling through this, but you go unnoticed. After about like 30 minutes, it does seem like the jungle comes to like an end, and you can see like the statues. You'll see two that seem to like veer off into like a big opening area, and then from that point onward, like every like 60 feet from that point, there's another statue that's like lining the outside of this jungle, and it seems like it goes circle. Yeah, but you're not on the outskirts of whatever that is. You're probably like 30 feet away from that line.
Were there people moving around or anything? Or
Let's check.
oh, your items was off. That's not good. That's okay. 15.
15. Towards the entrance where those last two statues are, you can make out, it seems like, two snake-like figures. They stand like the lizard folk, but they have that cobra-shaped.
More snake head and lizard head.
Yeah. you can see huts and whatnot throughout some of the openings. You can see like bonfires towards the center. You can now see that gigantic like Mayan like temple that's in the back. See bigger snake like people, a lot more muscular. They have like big two-handed stone swords on their back. I'm just patrolling. Everyone seems to be what they normally do. Nothing seems to notice you guys.
It's these are more of like the panhead blizzards where
Are we like in the middle of the road, or are we off on the side?
We're off on both sides.
it was more as
There's just like standing here.
it's more flat.
All right, so like
That feels derogatory.
you guys are like here.
It wasn't my word.
They would be like,
It's a culture thing.
and then
We're coming up this way.
yeah. So like you guys come this way. The two statues would be like you're here, and then it goes in a little bit, and then it's like it circles off like going towards that way, and then you see like all the villages that way.
We think we should just say, hello, snake people.
Should perhaps step back out onto the path and enter from the back. So it seems like it's.
There's a 50-50 shot. They try to kill us.
Skulls on spikes, or people in cages, or like big wooden spikes around the perimeter of the camp.
Is there any non-visiting?
Like who's added to these people here?
You don't see anything like that. I mean, you can see like I guess along like between the edges, they do have like the thing. It seems like probably mostly just to keep like other animals and type stuff out, not really people. It doesn't like many people come this way. So, yeah, you don't see anything like skulls on pikes and stuff like that. So,
I mean, we were told by the king that they were neutral but territorial.
Does that mean neutral politically though, or neutral?
They were neutral in the war.
Maybe we should step back onto the path and enter like visitors and not like
All right. Who's doing the talking?
I can't. I don't know that I necessarily want to.
What do we want to say?
I mean, exactly what you have.
here with that person right there.
Yeah, the rabbit that's terrified of snakes.
Basically, that the what's his name?
That's everything we've ever seen is in a predator of rats.
That's everything the predator to a rabbit.
Not true. I really say that.
Okay.
I really hate that I have to say.
I can do the talk.
I think you should probably be me.
Probably not.
Seconded.
Probably not.
I mean,
You did call them panheads a second ago. I bet you know them.
no, man.
We should pull out those.
So kind of rough around and keep going.
I'm
Let's only go alone.
We're escalating this fast now.
I was just
I
trying
was just Zoya to do the talk.
that it would be more friendly.
Is there some other
style people?
negotiations?
And, contrary to Elise, I actually can be nice to people.
Maybe you don't like to.
Don't call them panheads.
Yeah, it would probably be easier just to tell them exactly why we're here.
That was my plan.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The king sent us. We have the book. We need the key.
As you guys were discussing these ways, made it on the path.
I was already following Zoya.
As soon as you hit,
things go
like we'll say, as soon as you hit the path here,
We're gonna chill back. I'm
I'm trying to stay hidden.
So we'll go hold on high in the woods.
No, yep.
and so woods,
Yeah.
woods.
I will move up with Zoya.
Two of us are woods.
No, I'm a Zoya.
So they see this massive group come out of the jungle from nowhere, and we're just like,
Gonna have to rescue us.
What do you have?
he has
Sigil overall.
Okay.
Honest, hope we die.
the two snake guards sitting there. All of a sudden, like they've got like sword and shield. They sit there and they kind of go into like a defensive stance and kind of like hiss towards your direction. They start saying something in a language you don't understand.
I will give the sigil to Ava, and I will let Ava fly it.
You're gonna what?
I'll give the sigil to Ava, and Ava fly it towards them.
The birds.
Okay, flies it up. At this point, upon we'll say that one right there, seeing it, they kind of look at it and they're like, "Look at your group." Kind of like sort of relax, and then in common,
What language were they speaking?
yeah. I'll look it up. It's like their own.
Why are you sticking in the desert with all these animal races that speak animal languages, Andrew?
Wait.
Well, they have also
Waited?
they've also separated themselves from each other.
Yeah.
They're not always with the same languages.
But
It's like French.
It's like a love language.
French is their own.
it kind of it takes the sigil from Ava, and the other one still kind of stands. This one kind of like puts its stuff away, and we'll slowly like approach the group, and it's like, why are you here?
Oh, we are here for the key. We have the book of the living, the book of life, the gold book.
Show us. As you pull it out.
Boy, excuse me while I whip this out.
Zoya pulls it out of her loincloth.
Sitting there and like it looks at it. Very well. Follow me. I went back in. You guys have traveled through this nice, lush, odd jungle. Found some snake statues. You guys decided to veer off to the side and kind of make your way down the path. Eventually coming to, it seems like what Anira was talking about, the snake people that live here in the Shifting Sands area. Because Zoya broke from the group, holding up the symbol of Ra, and showed the snake guards that were at the entrance, and they got in a less aggressive form, took the sigil, and asked you guys to follow them. At least the ones that they can see right here.
How much do you need, Mark?
Hmm?
Sigil? Right? I believe what's your sigil back?
They just keep walking.
The lawyers start crying.
We'll get it back soon.
Okay, so the five of you are now being led into the main part of the city.
They
While the two of you,
they didn't seem hostile to me.
I feel like we're waiting for long.
the one girl is saying,
It's literally like, let's just kind of scan the edge of the woods, I guess. All we can do is our own members and like we even got lost from our group. What do you think? They wait zealot?
I would stop and turn around.
Oh, we're missing. We're missing.
Keep on.
I'll the guy walking. We're missing a couple friends of ours.
it stops.
They were following us, but I'm guessing when we stepped out, they waited to see if anything went wrong.
You know,
Well, hurry.
but Rox, always good to have a backup.
Just gonna awkwardly sit up out of the bush I was in.
Right. Come on, follow me.
It's like barely obscuring you.
Well, while we're waiting, Zoya would like her sigil back if she may.
So our queen will give it back to her if she pleases.
Hey, don't be alarmed. I have a pet. And there's a little raccoon.
Go lumping out of the tree.
Three more people are joining the party now.
Summon all the birds.
How much like me are they more Cobra?
Yes. These ones, the one that's leading you is, yes. There are all kinds of different ones. Now that you guys are now taking in this village as you're being led through it. Like I said, you can see the big, like, more like snake-like ones. They're like double their size. And they kind of sit there and kind of just like have everything's like training on you guys because you guys are like this weird anomaly that's now in the middle of their village.
Andrew, what was that? Queen, what was that name?
Yeah.
You said Queen something, we'll get it back if she pleases.
When will just
Say queen.
I thought it was something
the band.
name.
That was Queen Will.
But you guys can make out, like I said, you can make out huts now. You can see, I guess, like a little bit bigger buildings that they might have where they do like maybe their tannery, blacksmithing, and stuff like that. Out of all the cities you've been to, this one's probably, I would say, less advanced in the Leonian and aristocracy that you've been in. It seems like they've mostly just stuck to the roots and just lived off the land.
Did you say cannery? Or tannery?
And
I heard Canterbury too.
Yeah, they're advanced. Canning their own shit over here.
It's the only thing I'll do.
That's
Nothing, nothing but canned food.
That's special.
the point is they can't probably preserve the food, so it's just rotting in cans.
And their favorite, canned rabbit.
I don't mind.
All eyes are
I
on
don't
you.
regard it.
You can't wait till we're out of this so Kelvin can be a normal person.
It's never gonna be like that.
It's always going to be predatory animals.
I mean, if you see humans, humans love hunting rabbits.
Well, yeah, but like, it's different
We
when
call them wabbits.
humans also keep rabbits as pets, which I'm not sure if that's any better, but
And turtles and birds and lizards.
You know.
and frogs.
It's the elves.
Oh, more history. Look at that.
Taking the rudder for that one.
Only
We're not called pets, we're called tutors at that point.
But he brings you guys to the base of this temple and turns around and hands you back your sigil and then gestures for you guys to start heading up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 7 levels of stairs that lead up.
We went
Take a wondrously long time to walk up the stairs.
Not yet.
Well, the car falls behind.
Fair.
You guys make it about midway up, and it finally comes to like a little bit of a flatter section where it seems to like go inside. There are torches that are lit up along all sorts of sections, so it's everyone can see. As you get towards the top, if you were to look over, you guys have probably gone up a good like 70 feet. So now you can kind of see the circling area of the outskirts of the city. Seems to be like the river's not too far off from the east side of the city, to the south of it. Yeah. But going inside, there's like that point where like you enter a hallway where there's no light and it's like super dark, and then it comes into a room that is lit. It's before you guys sitting on a throne, if you want to call it that, like a flat table.
On a dais.
You see a female snake,
I would guess female.
Snake titties.
adorned in all types of gold. It seems like armor, but it might just be for decoration. But she seems to have like a gold headdress, gold mantle that goes around. She has 4 arms. Seems like she's got snakes that are kind of like slithering around her arms or whatnot. As you guys approach, with Zoya in the lead with the sigil. Walk in.
What's on the walls?
On the walls.
Rods.
You can see like there's probably portals in each corner.
So it's a square room.
And then it kind of like triangles up towards the top of where it would be going to next pyramid. Yeah. And then you can see all kinds of like, I guess like art, I guess you would call, of what they would say like their deity is. It's like a giant snake that seems to go around the temple and whatnot.
World serpent.
No.
Was it yes, he its own tail?
No. It's,
It's not Jormungandr.
It's not the Ouroboros.
but you say hello.
Well, not now. Just on beat music. Get me out of here. Oh, man. This is loading screen.
Hello. We were sent here to collect a key in order to open a book.
All 4 of our arms like Goro, kind of so much.
Do they go opposites? Does it go top, bottom, top, bottom?
I was picturing this and this.
Oh, that's a good.
I was
I would guess it's like a
2 o'clock.
Yeah, I leave.
Power kill.
I'll do it myself.
Just don't use. That doesn't work on Zoya because she doesn't understand words. Right.
But you say that to her.
Mm-hmm.
I will hold the book this way.
She knows it in your hands. And she's like, well, I guess the time has come for shut up.
I'm having one.
It's been a long time since a group has needed the key.
How long since somebody's needed the key?
Ponders. Say a good 500 years.
Who was in power here when that happened?
That was.
It's a long time. That's a long time.
Just like, wow.
Yeah, that's right. On
It's like she kind of like slowly kind of like comes off of her throne as she is slowly just approaching your group. She is probably like a good like 10 or 15 feet tall. She's
Is she full snake with arms?
Yes.
She knows this.
Hold on, let me find out.
I can tell. If you let me look at her anal plates, I can.
No,
They split it.
you gotta find those first.
Best.
No.
Instantly gets bitten and dies.
Yeah. Guess she was poisonous.
I'm just alone.
I am Queen Valdrassus.
I'm gonna need a real quick spell check on that one.
Hmm?
I'm gonna do a spell check on that one.
This is Zoya.
It's nice to meet you all. It's been a long time since we've had adventurers come into our village. Can we ask why you seek the key?
Or the fifth dead is living.
What's this?
I may not know how to speak words fluently, but they're very careful.
The
Something sorcerer level.
Anubians, I believe.
I sound.
Do you remember anything about them? Like the war with them?
Yes.
One of them's not dead, and he's mad.
He's
Real mad.
also acting as a vessel for Anubis himself.
So he's trying to kill him.
So the dark times are upon us then.
I guess. Seems that way.
Well, that is rain cloud. It's pretty dark.
You're not wrong.
We're trying to prevent the with our friends.
She kind of looks over all of you. You do not seem like you're from this land. Why?
Parts of land.
We're good.
Well, I'm in it for the true history to be told.
We're not bad people. We understand that the past doesn't mean that you're responsible or they're responsible. The sins of your father should not lead to your death. You deserve your own innocence.
And is that why we did not aid either side in the war?
I think you took the proper steps.
But nonetheless, things happened and transpired. Anubis' wrath will wash over this land, if not dealt with.
Probably.
So if you have been deemed, I think he had what control the session.
Wow.
You got it now.
You're right. I said at the end of the last session I gave it back. I like being in the thing.
Who does?
I got some book for a minute.
Especially the queen. She's got 4 hands. She loves being into things.
I pull up a giant for the crossboard.
But seeing that you have the book, I'm here to trust that our group will be successful in whatever it is that the book will show you. Now, the key will not be so easily attained. Stealing pottery from her stuff. She looks over at you. You guys look tired because you've been traveling for a long time now.
But
She's like, maybe a good night's rest and some food before taking on this trial will benefit you more. You all look extremely exhausted.
Trial.
Like a test, I'm not very good at tests. Actually, I'm very good at tests.
very good at tests.
It's mostly to see if you are worthy enough for the key itself.
Well, we have the book. Does that not make us worthy enough for the key?
No. So, But like, is this like
Just gave it to us.
like a fighting trial or
I
like?
remember.
That's up to you. Not everything has to be a promise.
That you're right. That's a good point.
So is this gonna be like a see who can do the most jumping jacks kind of thing, or
Probably
The
should.
test will present
You
something
lose.
down there.
I like Terry probably the most jumping jacks, but yes.
you do the highest for damn sure?
He probably did it pretty well.
I'm a jumping jack. Can you do?
There's not enough time.
Ever?
Ever.
You would just cast Hog, you'll never know.
I did 382. You weren't there to see.
Just phases into a million at once.
If you will follow me, I will take you down to one of the lower levels where you can find some food and rest. And we can continue this conversation in the morning.
This is gonna be a strange question. Do you have a library?
We do not.
Do you have any collections of novels?
Yes, we have the statues and artifacts that you see. We're very simple folk.
Yes.
They linked it all, actually.
Do you have any historians of your people's culture?
There are statues.
Person, that person.
It's statue body, regular kind.
We have survived this long without others knowing our histories and whatnot.
Is there any you would be willing to share? Simply for my curiosity.
Maybe at a different time.
We all need some rest. I'm sure you're also tired.
May I take
It's
note of some
very
of the murals in this chamber? May I take note of some of the murals in this chamber? Quickly,
Where's the snuttler? You know what I mean.
She guides you down to like it seems like the rooms are divided off. Like there's a wall, there are walls that are blocking each room. They're kind of open, and in the middle of this open area is just like kind of like a bonfire that's just gonna be going. It's lightly light in the interior. Yeah.
keep the reptiles warm.
And then they're kind of like makeshift beds, but I mean, it's better than sleeping on the ground. You guys get settled in. They bring in all kinds of food because I mean, you're like a wild assortment of people.
They bring in a wild assortment of people to eat.
They bring in fish.
From the brain.
They bring in fish, vegetables, some fruits that they've gotten from the wild.
Like big fish, little fish, catfish.
All kinds of fish.
I'll only eat the
You gonna take Ortall's portion of meat and get
Is
it
there like a
back to the fruits?
brazier somewhere or like something I could start a fire?
There's a fire in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'll
I bet there was a fire in the room.
Yeah.
there.
Personally.
but they kind of like leave you to yourselves.
I would like to cook up some of this.
There are two guards, two of those big like ones that are stationed probably like on the very outsides of the doors, keeping guard.
I would like to cook some of the lobster.
Well, they still
goes
go
bad.
Yeah.
Already
Out.
Lobster before it goes bad.
there's only be. Let me see if I can look at the
Here comes
stars.
that first level there.
I'll go ahead and
I'm going to toss carrots at Zoya. He's trying to pitch them.
Make an X-Men.
we're just all just paddling
Looks
in the
like
room
snack
trying to
of
zoids.
I think that's.
Hey, so you think fast, bozo.
I'll make some fruit talk. I'll make some fish fruit tacos.
Hold on.
Make some pinko koala.
Catch them. I mean, the evenings of your guys is, I mean, you're semi-tired, so it's probably about like, getting close to like maybe midnight-ish.
Trying to make it to the top of the pyramid and the stars.
You're still going. You've already, like, you've seen the group come in, you've seen the group leave.
Sure, sure. You can't go there.
Not very quickly. He's running
I'll
from
say eventually you make it all the way up there.
He's under several velvet.
Stars up here.
Don't let him.
Well, away from you.
He's under several velvet
Listen, I think
things.
the stairs. Get back.
Because it's very tough.
Turn into a snake.
Make perception checks.
What do you expect?
I'm gonna eat.
What?
As you're at this top point, when you look to the southwest, you can see the storm that you guys need. It has like dispersed a little bit, but there's still that main central point where everything took place. To the northwest of you, it's hard to make out, but the sky there seems like darker than normal. Like normally when you look at the sky, you can see stars and whatnot. It seems like it just turns into darkness. You don't see stars past that highest point.
Different than like the storm cloud.
Correct.
Obscures.
Yeah.
It is just darkness,
Yeah.
not obscured. It's kind of.
And it's odd to you, but you imagine you probably know what that is.
Looking around up here, is there like an altar we're doing? It's more of an observatory kind of thing.
It's kind of like a winding like snake statue that's at the very top. It's probably like about 30 feet tall.
The hold a giant diamond and
You look.
kind of like the moment.
Yeah, it does. It's more like a crystal though, not a diamond. That's what shined off and got his attention.
Quartz adjacent.
Go back then.
Ortall makes his way back. He's like, thank God you're alive.
Should have seen it up there. It looked cool, dude. Big statue. It's really high.
Yeah, then you guys want to
Like,
do discuss or anything? Or
all right.
What do y'all think these trials are gonna be?
I don't know. We need to kind of have a game plan for what we do, how we're gonna handle things.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Stay 40 feet away from me is what he's gonna
Stay
do.
40 feet away from me. Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure that there's
Oh,
only
wait,
two.
there's
Right? Are we gonna try to go in guns blazing? Are we gonna try to solve things the peaceful way?
what is it? What do you mean?
I would assume multiple solutions. Are we willing to try the peaceful option? We won't try to go for efficiency.
How we
Always
We
trying to
know
be
that.
peaceful.
I think especially with the Book of Life, peace is a better option.
Believe we won't know until we actually see the trial.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think through. These kind of things make me anxious.
Sleep.
Yeah.
I think as long as you hurt yourself, you'll be okay.
I know.
Night.
You can always, if you're concerned about it, you can always ask her what the people that came 500 years ago had to do.
I think we tried to ask, but she wouldn't really
No.
tell us. So I tried to ask.
No, no one asked her.
I asked her what kind of trial.
Yeah, we asked
I
about it.
asked what kind of trial, and she brushed us off and said we could discuss in the morning.
Oh, we're asking in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
But she also specifically told us that someone else asked for the key 500 years ago.
Fulminus, would you like me to try again tonight?
Let's save our energy and try to get some sleep. We can try again another day. Lyra can handle herself. I'm not terribly worried about her.
Oh,
It'd just be nice to know who she is.
You talk about how you're trying to see her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, you're still my best friend, okay?
Okay.
I just get curious. Not seen her in a while.
hey, Kelvin,
Uh-huh.
what do you know about us trying to see her?
I can hear you.
When you what? When this fog cloud?
Yeah.
He has really big ears.
He is good at hearing things.
She went close. How much money do you want for your secrets?
I'm gonna tell medical mystery as he walks in.
Just that one secret.
What secret?
Well, what happens when you summon the fog cloud and hand him your dagger?
I summon the fog cloud and hand him my dagger.
Yeah, but what do you
And
do?
then our magic happens.
Well, how much gold to know that secret?
The power of friendship.
While they're having that conversation, I'm going to.
Sleeping.
Definitely, probably one of the first people to sleep,
Yeah.
as always.
Always is.
Yeah, I think that conversation volunteered those three first
One day.
watch.
Soon.
I mean, if you guys want to do one, just at that moment you don't feel like you're in.
I
the
was asleep
immediate
for 4 hours anyways, so
I don't plan on doing a watch.
I'll settle down and go to sleep.
I'll be awake for a little bit longer, but I'm not doing a watch. I'm just gonna be working on random stuff.
Well, everybody else fell asleep, so
That's fine. I'll work in the quiet.
They're you're dragging pearls up around you.
I will hold my my family ring and I'll cast scrying on my father.
It is probably asleep right now. Kind of like laying in bed.
But he is safe at home sleeping.
Yeah, with your mother. So they're just laying in bed. Don't look at it.
Take 16 fire damage to your eyes.
Like 16 points of psychic damage. And I can't recover.
What you don't know is a brute's magical and he can know that you're scrying. He's like,
He turned right at me while he's going to town. American Psycho style.
yep. No, they're just peacefully sleeping. Good.
Anything new in the room? Anything weird?
Yeah, new sun.
Not yet.
450 years without having a kid? I don't think they're having another one anytime soon.
Hey, when it's time, it's time.
As soon as you left, they were ready to replace you.
Yeah.
But, okay.
You never heard of empty nester syndrome before?
You know, I didn't want to come up the first 300 years they were married.
They weren't empty nesters before.
Yeah. Usually Orb begins to spread it.
Everyone else went to sleep.
Under the orb.
I will say that each time you use it, you do notice that there's no negative effects happening to you every time, or this now the second time that you've done it, there is like a weird like pulse of energy when you are using a spell from it that emits.
Yeah, it's the thing doing magic.
Yeah.
Checks out my standards.
Magic thing.
Unless there's something else weird going on that I can tell. Does it seem like it's different than just the spell it's casting, or is it?
Magic.
Like, the second time you've used another spell from it, just have a little bit more of a vibration to it this time you did it. That energy that was inside the scroll will feel a little bit more.
Oh, it's waking up. Got it. Good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. But sleep. Scrying, sleep.
Taking notes, writing stuff down.
Everyone's fucking asleep.
Yeah.
This is where the forerunner moment.
You know that they're sleeping. Hey, even when I'm longer, technically still conscious, so I at least get to watch her murder them, and then I get murdered. But
You guys' night goes uneventful.
the guards change at any point.
I'd say probably midway through, probably.
It's the night shift edition. They changed into clown costumes.
More real. I made up cloud
There's an odd, loud slap on shoes by no one wearing shoes.
Then we go by driving clown cars and
I have nightmares, man. A tiny, one person car drives in and 15 snakes get out. Doing a weird dance.
I wake up partially and see this and go,
I wake up in a cold sweat with a little bit of a
So you guys come to. Let's say you kind of wake up, kind of get yourself gathered. There's already food ready for breakfast.
"Dirty scrambled eggs?"
It's almost essentially the same things you had last.
I had soya, a scrambled egg.
About towards the end of your eating,
I'd be happy to.
If you hear vegetables.
about towards the end of your
Some forest.
snacking, you will see the queen kind of appear at the entrance of whatever area you guys are staying at, kind of sitting there patiently waiting on you all.
Hey, do you think that, as they get older, they just keep growing?
Lobsters do that.
It's really big, and she has 2 extra arms.
Do you think you'll ever grow more arms?
As she's standing there looking at us, right?
I don't really know if you
Hello, my queen. Maintain eye contact and continue eating.
It's your queen.
She's a queen.
For now, she is wearing her or
Where
I'll
house?
just stay here.
I've never really had a queen before, so I guess any queen can be mine.
She's the first queen I've met.
I knew Lady Constance, but she wasn't a queen.
Do you know
She was
her
kind of
name?
He knows a lot of queens. You know what?
You all will do great in your trials, just from what I can see.
So, what's up with these?
Yeah.
You said we talk about in the morning. What are we looking at in these trials? So, if you don't mind sharing any insight.
The only insight I can give you is that
So,
it'll present itself in a way to test
Speak more. Let's
your group to see if what you're seeking
Talk
is
about that.
you're worthy enough.
Yeah.
and is it?
What's it?
Yeah.
the key itself holds some type of
Sentience?
yes. How else would it be able to choose if someone's worthy or not?
I don't really know.
The key chooses?
Like the movie of Good Film, baby.
Yeah, like
What the
that.
fuck's the movie?
Blade.
It's great. Bruce Willis.
Moving pictures.
What the fuck's a play? There was like 15 people in my village, people. I've been listening.
It's like a storybook.
I haven't seen those.
Black and out.
But when you're ready, I can take you to the entrance.
I think we should. Okay.
Any prep we need to do?
Is ready. We're ready.
Face ready for that.
How are we ready? We don't even know.
We're kind of the point. Last question.
You just kind of go.
When aren't you ready?
We are ready
So I thought
to not be ready at all.
Zoya is
Maybe that's the best way to approach it.
Anything we do, Zoya's got in the bag. We're fine.
well, wait, you're the strongest among us. That is true.
This is Zoya's story. We're all just
Yeah. You're all just carrots.
Matt last week. Some music.
I'll wait for Tawhito, a couple other people. I don't know what the word is.
I'm sticking as
Where you guys want to follow her?
I'm sticking as close to Zoya as possible.
Yeah, I'd have been right behind.
I want to make sure she's
So
safe.
tiles stick close to tiles.
I don't know who that is.
You know what?
I mean, I'm with her.
Yeah.
But
You got the reptile, ready, and
it just depends on.
Unless there's additional questions that need to be asked.
I have no more than we answer. At the moment, at least.
As you guys are deciding this, she kind of takes you to like the bottom of the temple, and she kind of veers off right and kind of goes to the side of the temple, and there's like a giant opening, and it seems like there are stairs that lead down underneath the temple. And as she escorts you guys down this way, you can note there are 2 more guards stationed at the entrances too. But there's only the tunnel seems to lead for like a good like 50 to 60 feet, and there's torchlight probably like every 30. So there's at least 2.
Does she come up for
No,
It's very.
she's very elegant.
Does she wear clothes? Not ask that yet. I'm very curious. What kind of clothes?
Yeah, a bunch of armor, filigree, that stuff.
Just covered in. There's no like Shrek cape or anything like a royal cape.
Sharp at the
Is she a crown on?
just as yes.
Okay. Sorry, I
She
made
has it's all gold too. Like it's just a gold crown with a gold mantle.
Is she cobra like? I can't remember.
No, she is not.
What kind of snake is she?
As you guys notice, most of them are like a light blue.
Blue snakes. The legendary kind.
Don't mess with things in nature that are blue.
Yeah, water really hurts.
But as you guys come down, you come into like a, you come to like a 15 by 15 foot room, completely squared off underneath this temple, like almost in the dead center. Towards the end of the wall, there's a giant door that seems to be arched there, and it's got like, I guess kind of like the in Harry Potter with the snake door. Like, it's kind of like that.
Amber of Secrets.
Yeah, it's kind of got something like that. And she's like, well, if you are ready, I will unlock the door and you will enter. I will have to lock it behind you. If you prove yourselves, the door will unlock himself, and you'll be able to exit.
Now I read a book like this once, but instead of a door, he got like cased in the wall with bricks.
I love Christo.
Why?
It wasn't so much a group as a person. One person entered it.
Lemon chunk.
And no, he did not leave.
So he's still in there?
I don't know.
You think he's dead?
Do
But apparently, whatever happened to you obviously wasn't
or
his.
Yamasu. Yamasu.
that's it.
Yamasu.
Well, you said the name, isn't it?
Or who?
You said he was the temple inside.
I didn't give any name.
I thought I heard Yamasu.
I didn't give any name.
I heard something and then a name and then The person about the person that was in there.
No. Didn't say anything.
It sounded a lot like, yeah, I heard Yamasuke.
All I remember is he was a Nubian.
How long ago?
Stop. 500 years ago.
How long?
How long is that a Nubian years, you think? Like,
He had that exact book that you hold.
how to get back?
He didn't.
No, the book. Get back.
Do you have a name?
Yeah.
Also, whenever you use the book, it returns.
Did he
Maybe
look like a
it's-
Doberman?
I didn't know.
What?
Did he look like a Doberman?
I think they all did.
So about Scandinavians look like?
Did he have a name?
Do you look like this one?
Yeah, don't tell me. It just was all I got from him was that his brother was causing something awful and he wanted to fix it.
So there's.
Feel like a repeat of what's happening.
Does that mean there's more than one Anubian left, or was they like were they from the last? Is there a refuge where certain ones exist? We know there's one alive right now.
I don't
There's,
think
I think
so.
so.
there's two alive 500 years.
Right. Well,
Hang a little on inside.
I think we should stop wasting time.
All right, let's do
Back
it.
them down on the outside.
Sticking like glue on the Zoya.
And so you are ready?
Do we know what the light situation is inside?
No. We have no idea. In dark.
You will get some light, some natural light from the sun. It will peek through at points. The farther in you go, it'll say that there will not be.
You ever been through that door?
Well, because plenty of some.
How long ago?
About 600 years ago?
Did you bring this book through also?
No, mine was more of a of how I am, who I am today. And mine was a test of my leaderships. And I hold the secrets of whatever is
Do this to be queen?
It is.
Will we all be queen after this?
No, I don't think so.
Are there,
I'm saying.
are there still some of the guard there with us? Or,
It's just hard.
okay. Then I will. I'm only doing this for light source purposes, and I will light my sword. I
She
just,
does not seem intimidated by any of you.
Now's our chance. We stage a coup.
Should just have four.
I'll
Just alone. At least
didn't want to do anything in any way.
I will fly around and bless.
In the last minute.
Yes, I'll wait.
So she approaches the door, and in the center is kind of like a giant snake head. She kind of presses on it. She clicks it 1, 2, 3 to the right. Takes it off, clicks it 5 more times back to the left, and then pushes it in. And then the door kind of like dust kind of falls off, and the doors kind of open in. She kind of like all 4 arms gesture you guys in. She's like, I wish you luck. Hopefully your hearts are where they're meant to be.
This is like a flute.
Here's
And I hope you find your way being queen. As Ortall's like, yes.
Ortall. Stars.
The dragon of the stars.
With their little queen and all of us.
Yeah.
I do like that, man.
Watch really take
You all enter one at a time. Who's the last one going in? Right? As you are the last one coming in, the door locks behind you, and it's dark in this area. There's no air.
with a sword.
except for the light on.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Except for the lights.
Yeah. Well, it's blinding light in here. It's probably like a 10-foot wide hallway, and it just seems to go.
Alright. Any rocks or anything on the floor?
It's very sandy down here, but there doesn't seem to be.
Okay, that's fine.
Big clock for
I believe in all of you. Let's do it right.
As you guys are walking,
How much light do we want?
All of it.
I don't.
I will proceed to spend my first 3 rounds in here producing even more light. So that we have 30 feet by 30.
You already got 30 feet by 30.
We got to cover.
Double.
Do we need more light?
We have plenty of light. Anything seems this time.
Do we need more light is the real question. Anyone got sunlight sensitivity?
That's not a problem. The snake guy will.
If they do, they're already in trouble because mine is sunlight.
That's
Let's go.
So as you guys slowly make your way through this hallway, you can notice that the walls themselves, it seems like vines and whatnot have grown down here. They're like a greenish blue color. They're not like the typical ones that you see in the jungle. So maybe there's some magical essence about this that they're growing down here, especially with the light.
Is there any kind of try something around?
Should check.
any writings or anything on the wall.
Doesn't seem to be.
I'm just going to go straight ahead.
Doesn't seem to be.
Do the vines look like they could provide, a medicine or a poison of some sort?
Interesting.
Ooh, I will do that as well.
I will aid you.
I'm going in the hallway. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes and focus up, and my tattoos are going to light up, and I'll go ahead and take 60.
See? You just see the
1
vines.
damage.
Oh, no, way better.
So I don't
Good Mary.
Yeah.
Pressing on. After about 40, 50 feet of walking, it is extremely quiet down here. With the bustling and whatnot of a regular village, but you hear nothing. Eventually, the hallway opens into a giant room. You can see, as she had said, there are some pockets in the ceiling, which is about 70 feet up, of light that is coming through at certain points, illuminating the room.
I go insane and this and
Let's see here. You can see across this room that's probably about 80 feet wide and probably about 100 feet long. You can see pillars that seem to be holding up the top part of the ceiling. You can see where others have crumbled. It seems like maybe over time or whatever's transpired down here. You can see what look to be sarcophagi and whatnot that are ornately placed in sections of maybe past leaders or whatnot that used to rule here. This is where their resting area is. If people want to give me a perception check while you guys are making your way in here,
I'll be near the front, so I'll do it.
alright. Roll it.
No. 9.
You can see more of those vines on the walls. They kind of creep out. Near the end of the room, I'd say you guys have probably made it a good 10 or 15 feet into this as you're taking it all in. At the end, on a pretty big pedestal, is just a golden ornate chest. It looks like snake handles that come off the side of it. Just sitting there. Towards the end of this room.
Well, that's obviously a trap.
What do you think, Zoya?
Magical?
guess to take that.
What's range on it?
Yeah, territory for 30.
30 feet.
Still too far away.
Anything else in the wall, on the walls, the vines?
I mean, everything's in here. Down here seems pretty magical. All putting off a low.
It's ambient magical, not active magical.
Yeah.
All how far are we from the
You guys are now you'd probably be a good 85 to 75 feet away.
Pretty bones.
everything is? I'm not close enough to it.
Does look like
I can go closer and find out.
Compass here, 500.
I'll slowly make my way forward.
Perhaps a perception. I'd say yeah. You can see some skeletons that have really some have armor, but there's puncture wounds inside of it.
Pretty really nice.
Not anymore. Oh, really? Also with her, what else has got? Mr. Crutz also. You two also notice in this room, off along some sides of the walls between like some of the collapsed pillars, you can see enormous snake skins.
It's a big snake down here.
It's even bigger than it used to be. Look, it's been shedding.
That's interesting.
Well, snakes are like people and they get smaller.
If I had to guess, it's definitely magical.
You should see them.
Okay, well, I guess I'll slowly make my way forward.
I'm gonna put my hands on the wall, just to like check it for any kind of anomalies, spots that push in. I do this often with stuff like this, holes or like air.
Make a investigation.
Just things like that.
I'll stick around
23.
towards the front. I'll
23.
try to stay at least 5 feet in front of the two of them.
As you're kind of going
So
through,
the thing triggers a trigger on me instead of you.
you do find like as you're going through, as you're pressing, like your finger slips onto like a slab that kind of goes in. You hear a click, but nothing comes out. As you look at like one of the snake symbols on the wall has like an eye slit. What seems like something could have projected out of there, but if there was something there, it's been long used a long time ago.
Well, this place might be booby trapped to hell.
Oh, I assumed as much.
Can't speak with animals.
Hello, hello. There's the echo.
I will make my way within 30 feet of the chest.
I keep walking. I'm 5 feet in front of him just in case anything goes off.
All right.
So
As you get 30 feet within the chest, you hear a click in the ground,
I wouldn't move.
and the slab that you step on, and you see where the chest is. It starts to like it's kind of like the chest is sitting here. It's like almost like a snake head kind of closes around it, and behind you guys you hear a loud like crashing noise of something opening up.
Mm-hmm. Was the chest definitely magical though?
Yes.
Are you able to tell like school?
Yes, I would be able to. Any particular school of magic, Andrew?
Probably enchantment.
Okay.
So that's this place in the spot, or as where the chest was sitting there with the snake thing now above it, and you hear the loud crashing of the wall. A quick draft of air just fills in the room as like something has opened up.
Stale here?
It's cold. I would say stale.
Okay.
Uh,
It's not like it was just air sitting in a room. It's
Right.
there isn't an actual air.
Right. And as you're kind of sitting here taking in this moment, you hear a loud hissing sound. This is coming from behind you all.
I don't want to turn around right now, do I?
I will take a step back
Okay.
and I will turn toward whatever it is.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes.
on your wall.
21.
As
Go ahead.
as the sand from above is kind of resting
There we go.
after that loud
Rocks.
exchange,
Ortall.
what light there is from the ceiling that's coming through. You make out a massive snake.
Snake person or snake?
Snake. It has adorned on it a ceremonial headdress that kind of looks like it's in like I guess like plate armor, kind of like juts at the sides,
It's obviously found enough that where someone put something on it.
and it's just slowly approaching your group. It's got like that dead snake face, like where it's just like honed in on whatever it's coming
Yeah,
towards. Yeah.
That's back to where
How big is the room?
80 feet by 100 feet.
I'll turn around because I didn't move into the room at all.
I'm
Hello, Mr. Snake.
I'm still back there with you, so
off to the side with my dragon, like checking the walls and stuff. Well, about 40 feet
I'm
away from the post.
7 feet up the room.
I'm with him.
The group nice and divided now too.
About 40 feet away from the rabbit.
You're right in the middle.
You yelled at it.
That's where I said, hello, Mr. Snake.
Right. lifts his head facing towards you. To you, this thing is ridiculously huge.
Everything's ridiculously easier.
Kelvin?
It's no more frightening than
I am
anything else I've seen.
Going to take up a non-threatening posture with the sword because I am just using it as a light source.
Kind of like putting them aside.
I also have the gem in my hand. But you're not.
So you guys, as Kelvin says, "Hey, Mr. Snake."
We don't mean you any harm. We were sent here to collect a key.
We're the Ortall.
All right. As you say this,
Say,
I don't think you speak in particular language for them.
Yeah.
No, but just in common.
Oh.
What would be a particular?
Be herring.
What language would you speak?
What language be herring gone?
What language?
I think Herringon get
Language
common
is
and one other language.
Like, what would be like if you were like, what would be your character's main thing that it spoke if it was not common? Aquan. Okay. So in Aquan,
Just like let's understand it.
it says, no, why did you seek key? Still approaching you slowly though. Doesn't seem aggressive.
We seek the key. We were told to retrieve it in order to open the Book of the Living, in order to defeat the wielder of the Book of the Dead.
Kind of like takes in your answer, and then asks you with another question. Why do you care what happens to those who do not concern you?
I prefer to be on the right side of history. I would like, to be remembered to have helped the world, not to have helped it funnel into a, cavern of darkness.
So it's for selfish reasons.
I guess in those words, yes, it is selfish of me.
well, we also saw a whole bunch of people die
Kelvin,
at
you
the
want to
hands of the Book of the Dead. So
What's going on?
want to try to stop that from happening.
You know what?
Aquan.
Fuck.
Kelvin, is everything okay up there?
Hey, what are y'all talking about?
You just hear a lot of like
What's going on?
weird noises coming up from both of them.
He would like to know what we're doing here.
You tell him?
I mean,
Yes,
What do you say?
I believe he's judging me.
that sounds right.
Well, that's pretty fair.
Anubis has claimed the Book of the Dead and its key, and is seeking to use it to exchange mass quantities of life to bring back the Anubians. And of course, no one should be punished for the actions of their ancestors. They didn't make that choice.
It turns away from you to face the other half of
I think you're way down the hallway.
Yeah.
Right in my face now.
Yeah.
Do you speak Aquan?
I sure don't, so I'm so terrified right now.
I think it's the three of us.
The fact that 3 people picked one of the multiple primordial languages.
I got primordial.
Well, what's your main language?
Did you don't get
Elven?
Me?
Yeah. Well, in Elven it speaks to you.
Primordial is all 4. It's not like looked at anyone that understands any of them can understand all 4 of them. It's different
It's
accents.
going to ask you the same question it asked him. Why do you care what happens to those who do not concern you?
I care for the balance of the world. I seek to research that which upsets it and set it right.
Plus, a bunch of people are dying. Dude. We saw people die at the hands of the book. We'd like to stop the travesties.
That sort of
That's real selfish.
mass death and resurrection would
I
definitely
was like, I don't care about that. I want to be remembered.
definitely would upset the balance of the world.
He looks at the two of you. Then I offer you one choice of history that you may pick of what transpired that day. You can either have the Anubians' vision and see it from their point of view. You can see it from their Hakra Ra's vision. Or the Leonians. The choice is yours.
I think
He said he would give you one choice.
Each or total?
You can pick one of those three. And he's offering it to the group.
Is this all in a language we all understand?
Yes.
we already know.
When he speaks to you, he's speaking to you in your native language of whatever.
Okay.
I feel like we should see.
Obviously, it should be the dogs.
Well, I feel like the dogs have been explained to us as well. Maybe we should know the real reasons behind why the Leonids
But
actually did it.
I mean-
Explained to us by the dog.
Yeah, we don't know the real reason for many of them. We know
Object. What about your own
it's been
perspective?
told.
You guys were neutral. Can we not see a neutral perspective on what happened?
How can you see something if they were not there?
You were there in the war. You chose to stay out of it.
Yeah, I
We
think
were there in
they
the war.
just see people in
You were there
the
before it started. They both asked you to be there out of it. You chose to stay neutral.
We vote.
I think he's
Yeah.
implying that they were not
Physically,
neutral by choice, they were neutral by physicality.
Yeah, they should probably just see people walking around the jungle,
What do you want?
living
Oh,
life.
I'm so far away from you.
I mean, they are
Let's
removed.
say you guys have gathered and you're discussing on what you want.
Definitely 40 feet away.
Okay.
I feel like my thoughts. I'm curious to see what the Arakocra thought, or probably maybe the Arakocra, the Leonian. I wonder if the Conquerors were not honest on why they did what they did.
We know they weren't honest.
So this is what we know. We know the Leonin joined the people of Raw because of what the people of Raw told them. They saw nothing.
So my parents on the
That's what we were told.
Who wrote the books? The history books?
Oh, what's up, Zoya?
Mean said the Nubian book came to fix brother's mistake. So maybe a Nubian as well. Maybe good Anubis? Maybe brother?
Nubis' intentions. It's good.
But maybe brothers is.
But the
Your
brother's
brother-
dead.
Maybe a bad brother lived. Maybe dead.
Gone at least.
Maybe.
500 years so long.
Maybe brother is part of the book.
I mean, he is dead.
What if we don't think the past matters as much, and what matters now is what happens from here?
I feel like you can't really go forward without understanding of the past, though.
Because you may repeat the same mistakes they did in the past.
If we're trying to avoid mistakes, though, maybe the Nubians not the right answer. Maybe it's to avoid.
Is everyone given the same choice?
It's
Look at it as a whole.
This is the whole.
No. Is everyone that comes here that visits you given the same choice?
Depends on what they're here for.
Was the Anubian that was here before given the same choice?
The Nubian was here out of vengeance for what his brother had done. His heart was not. His heart was corrupted by his vengeance and anger.
I think I'm with Zoya. I think a Nubian very better.
So he was given a different choice.
That was my thought originally.
It's just either way, we're going to miss part of the puzzle.
Always. More puzzle from the movie.
Alright.
Well, the way I think
The Nubian's actions at the time are the ones that we don't know.
the Nubians are the only ones that have been written out of history. So even though we were told something, it was
So
nice to
the
have
one
a
that
vision.
came in here was with Vengeance?
Yeah. He wasn't given the same option.
So are we in agreement?
The last one that came here, did he make it out?
Is he
Alive?
is he dead?
Uh,
Yeah.
I would agree with Qrux. I believe we need to know
The Nubian said.
because we can,
Let's take a
even though the victors write the history, we can figure out things
What they omitted.
that they omitted. While we know nothing of the Anubian story.
Just a question on how things work. If we don't leave, does the book just get sent back to the people of Raw? Is that how it got back, or did he come get it?
What?
If the Nubian didn't make it out?
This is not important.
I don't think this matters.
It's not.
Can
It's
we?
not at all. My character would ask.
But we need to make that.
King already told you the book comes back whenever it's done what it is supposed to do.
There was some
Yes.
mention on that.
If you fail here, the book will return back to where it's been.
Let's decide an answer. Are we agreeing?
I think
Nubian?
King flat out told us that if we succeeded or failed, the book would return.
That's fine.
Flat out.
Which one do we want to be?
Sure.
Nubian has more
Nubian.
Flat out told us that.
You.
That's fine.
Or half.
Well, no, this is like why. Told him flat out. That's the reason why.
Sure.
That's the reason why he didn't care which one he gave it
Yeah.
to. Because if it failed, it would come back to
Maybe.
you.
Nubian. Very well.
I think it makes sense we get a vision of the unknown.
Well, as you guys are sitting here, a weird humming starts to like come from its throat, and like these weird vibrations start to go out, and it's almost kind of like you're falling into a trance.
It's snake charming us.
Yeah. As this happens, your vision is shot from your body. And kind of like when you're scrying, you're only like, you're just seeing from a point of view.
Yeah.
That's how this is going to be told. So that's what you guys do, the Nubian vision. You come to a small empire with seems like the Ashwood Mountains far behind it. You can see homes, other buildings of trade, greenery throughout the empire, statues representing the god Anubis that line the outer walls and all the way up to the main palace. You can see kids playing in the streets, just Nubians going about their day like any other person would. Then the vision takes you to the palace. Your sight is drawn inside. You can see two figures seem to be debating on something. The vision draws you in closer. One of the figures you make out is Ernest, and the other unknown but more royalty dressed, clutching a dark book in his hands. You can see the two arguing. Ernest speaks up. Brother, I know you're the ruler, but that book has corrupted your mind. What you are doing is not what we practice. His brother speaks up. Anubis has shown me the path our people must take through this book. With little sacrifice, we will gain so much. The others will bow to our power, and I will rule over all of the Nisrad desert. Aaron speaks back up. What Anubis wants is not worth half the lives of our people. We use the shadow arts to keep evil at bay, not use it for personal gain. I cannot and will not allow you to go through with this like this. Forthus looks perturbed at his brother, not agreeing with what he's wanting to do. He looks up at him. Then you are a traitor to your emperor and your god, and he yells for the guards. As the guards come up behind Ernest, confining him. Your punishment for turning your back on your emperor will be to watch those not worthy of this power be returned to the sands in which they came. The vision jumps forward to outside, the emperor standing on an altar atop his temple, the book open with the weird shadowy energy spilling from it and around him, kind of like you saw Ernest in the center of the city that day when he was just getting the book in his hands. As he is chanting some unknown language, you can see that the same visions of Anubis that you saw in that temple that day that you saw Ernest get the key start to form around the brother. As a massive purple energy erupts from his body, spreading throughout the city, you start seeing people dropping into the sand, kind of like left and right, children, women, men. Doesn't seem to matter. You hear Ernest yell out in sorrow as his wife and daughter are turned into sand before him. Darkness has filled the skies over this once peaceful city. More silence. More silence. Then a voice booming from the skies can be heard. You recognize the voice, as in here. Even in the darkest of times, the light will prevail, he yells out. As in the sky, a beam of sunlight breaks through the opening as a massive hole illuminating the sky above it. Through this opening, you can see in the sky the descendants of Ra and their massive army that they had formed. Below, you hear a horn blow out. Near the gates, you can see the Leonians approaching with their army at the gates. As battle starts, and the visions of Anubis is sitting here summoning awful dark creatures that are seemingly fighting against each of the armies. eventually, on here makes it to the altar, and with a single blow strikes down Anubis, saying something that you cannot hear because the vision is too far. And all you hear Anubis yell, "Death is only the beginning." And with that, the vision ends with everyone returning into themselves. So you're kind of like, and you guys come back.
Thanks. I don't feel aligned much from room.
We learned the brother didn't die here 500 years ago.
Well, that's not, I don't think he'd been there.
Yeah,
I think the brother went after that in vengeance for killing his entire family, I guess.
the whole brother thing, or the whole wiping out of the Nubians was like 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was then,
And then
if I'm understanding correctly, he came here with the Book of Life, trying to bring his family back.
500 years after.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know why he came here with,
Yeah.
for the book with the
vengeance. It said it was full of vengeance.
Yeah.
Just
Vengeance.
his brother.
But we also know that he
So if
Yeah,
it's against his
he's
brother,
here.
then he came.
No, he's dead. I think he's undead as well.
Yeah.
That's against his brother, then he came here to.
He's also not himself, clearly.
As you guys continue to discuss that,
He said no.
yeah, he said he didn't leave here.
the snake sits there and he's like, "Well, now you know the truth. Here is nothing more than a con playing out an old god's plan that his brother couldn't complete." And as he says this, that snake thing goes back presenting the chest to you. If your intentions are just and you wish to set things right, then you will have no problem gaining access to the power that you seek to use. I thank you for your conversations. The last time that this happened, it did not go as well for the other person.
Not quite imposing.
Zoya,
Not the most friendly face.
will you please go grab the key?
But I must return to my slumber till I am needed again. And I wish you luck on your adventures. And in a blink, he's just gone. And from where you guys came in, you can hear that the double doors that you came in through open at the top.
Do you have a mini? Do you have a mini for that?
He's the one you fought in one shot.
Oh, it's that big snake. Okay. Did you repaint or anything? Different colors?
Wow, they-
Is
okay.
Was that
it like
No, that's what you
I'm assuming there's some kind of like hole. It's like I'm assuming it's not a keyhole. It's more like something to be inserted in.
Let's see.
So
That's what you want to do. It just opens.
bring a little more.
You just open, and before you is it's like a circular key, and it's got an Anubian head, an Aarakocra head, and a snake head on it. And it seems that it spits onto the center of the book to unlock whatever it wants to see. Stick it in.
Oh, it's open.
What do you think, Kevin?
I was
That's
gonna.
not
I
actually
was gonna like turn it or something.
It was carbonated.
I was gonna break.
I was gonna
Carbonated.
The chest eats.
Do you feel cleanish?
The book turns into starts eating Zoya.
Wait, what else is it? Is there like gold and stuff like this, or
Just
like flowerings? Like,
It's literally just sitting there.
no,
Just
is
that's
there like a pillow or anything it's sitting on, or
No.
just at the bottom?
It's just floating.
I was
It
gonna like some kind of competitive.
You're the queen.
actually appears above your head and
Just take some sand and do it.
So you guys saw me getting crowned, right? People say that's a king, that's a vision. Everybody
You've
else
always
saw.
been a queen.
Of the thaumaturgy.
it's just open.
Fred Stitch did some sparkles.
What you guys do now? You will notice that in the time that you got down here, the time that you had the conversation, and in the vision, it's nighttime.
A long bit of
Or time went by weirdly while everything was happening.
Alright. I guess I should leave it going where we need to be.
You guys notice that key didn't have Leonian threads on it?
I think the key was made by robbers, so I feel.
I find it interesting.
Well, I mean-
they were there, but
the Anubians had the Book of the Dead. The Aarakocra had the Book of Life, and then the snakes guarded the key.
I think Leonians are more just.
The Leonins are kind of just like they can have.
They're a pawn.
They just
I don't think they're just a pawn. I think they're not wanting to stop annihilation.
like they bystanders in a war between the Yeah, conquering the Nubians.
But we
You know, kind of like Americans. So they
Could be something to note for later research.
I guess you guys will just go leave the.
Alright. Oh, at this point, I would the closest one to the exit, probably because everybody else moved forward.
Mm-hmm.
Peace now out of this fucking hellhole jail cell.
Guess pop that on.
Hit the wall.
No, I'm just I'm touching the wall. I'm feeling
I'll cast Vortex Warp and move him somewhere else.
And then both cast fire.
Oh,
I don't have it ready.
Bloody. As you guys make your way out, the queen is still sitting there. And she's like, it would seem that you were successful like you were seeking.
Now what?
If you all need to rest, I mean,
it's
time has gone by. She's like, I left for like a few hours and came back just to, see if you had help. Came down when I heard the temple rumble.
Do you know where we should go next? Because I don't know. I don't think you all know either. Any of you all know either.
maybe we should return
We
to
go-
Zonta.
We'll go take the
We have
Those
visits
guy.
before.
There's so many things for us to do. Yeah, I guess we should return to
I
Port
would like to
Belden.
pay for my things.
I'd say you want your bow and you want your eye back.
I would like it back. I just want to make sure that we did all this work for nothing.
But we should probably
Kills you.
yeah.
Alright, so as you guys make your way out, as you kind of come outside, when you would look up and see the starry sky, it's just that blackness that you saw in the distance. And it's kind of got like weird, like purple streaks that go through the sky now.
Oh no.
That's not.
That's a queen. Is it always like this over here?
She's like, no. If what you're saying is true, then Anubis is almost achieving what he is after.
What exactly is he after?
I think it's annihilation.
This just progressively keeps getting worse and worse.
So where do we go? How do we stop them?
Well, like towards the purple stuff.
Well, they were under the purple stuff right now.
If you travel to the northwest to the, is it the Sands of the Dead? Is that what I have it written as on desert?
I can find out. It is.
Yes, the Sand of the Dead.
That is where the Nubians did reside before their city was lost to the sands.
Guess we're not going to turn in her questions.
You give a flyer pick up that way too.
Oh, this is the priority at this point. Otherwise, I'm not going to get my stuff back because I'm dead.
Yeah. They'll either haul us there or haul us away.
We came this far. Might as well finish it, right? Are we tired like it's been a whole day, or are we tired like it's been 5 minutes?
You entirely the whole thing. It took a lot out of you being down there. You'd imagine it's probably more like the magical essence that was down there was probably what drained you.
Okay.
That
You're not
ambient.
exhausted or anything, but
Do we know how far a travel we are from the Sands of the Dead from the map? I don't have the map, so I can.
I do.
How many
If
days?
I had to guess,
Probably about 4.
4 days?
if you mount, it should only be like 2.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I would think we want
I guess it was only like 5. Like 5 from Kidala to Sun the other way.
I would think we would want to travel in fairly unknown territories and not.
Especially a place called Sand.
If you need a place to rest again, you're more than welcome to stay where you were.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Were you? Were you around when
the sleeping posts?
when the war originally happened?
No, it's not. My time didn't take place till about 400 years after that.
So was it your mother?
I don't know.
Previous. You don't know who ruled before you?
So you were 100. You
See,
became
this-
queen.
this is why we have notebooks.
Really?
Sense of organization.
A fairly long-lived people, yours?
Interesting, my say.
How much longer do you think you'll be alive?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know the lifespan of your people?
Could you turn into
I hate it here.
something like what we saw down there?
No, that one's weird.
We would have definitely ended up with an interesting reputation of just running around to the bottoms of temples slaying guardians for evil
I
guardians.
did have it set up that if you guys did attack him right off the bat, I mean, I had the combat ready to go. But
Yeah.
He kicked our ass, right?
it wouldn't have been fun.
Would have been better than the last one.
But she did tell you, and I'm happy that you guys picked up on it, that not every fight has to be fought. Or, yeah, not every supposed to be a fight.
I'll light my pipe. Kind of walk.
Jackie's like, no.
Would have been fun to get to use the mini again.
I'll be getting chicken.
Yeah.
We're in a giant desert. Surely there's more snakes.
Are you guys resting? You heading out? What are you doing?
Resting.
I've already eaten the all sleeping.
Yes. Still rest. Eventually sleep finds all of you.
Me and Ortall are going to look at the stars. If there's no stars, it's good then.
Yeah.
No, I just want to go to the top and look into
Nothing's been presenting itself to you at the moment. You do have it open now.
How big is this village?
Not very big. It's your type.
Well, slow our pipe a little bit. Walk around for like an hour.
Out of all the cities you've been to, it's very peaceful. Kind of reminds you of home.
Oh yeah, the jungle. Helpful for sure.
Probably remind me of them.
We'll sit around after everyone falls asleep. I'm gonna use some combination of my notes, Arcana, Identify. Try to figure out if I can try to see if I can figure out why the orb is doing weird stuff.
Make an Arcana check.
17.
17. Sit there for a while with it. And as you're kind of sitting there focusing on it, it just seems empty. Not doing anything.
Like normal empty or like empty empty?
Yeah, like normal empty. Your souls. You see Veneer on the other side?
That's been a little bit.
Sleep. Eventually, sleep finds everybody. And it's weird. As you're all resting, it's almost like you're all pulled awake, but you're not in the temple anymore. It's just a desolate black desert all around you. You can see each other.
I don't have a shell on.
Oh my god,
Get the fuck are you?
never mind, this is no longer a dream, it's a nightmare.
I'm just standing around for like an hour waiting on me to go to sleep where they all in their own dreams until this happens. I just stand there for like an hour waiting on me to go to sleep.
It doesn't matter, it's dream longer.
Is the TARDIS all wrinkle into the shell? You say you'll see in the mini?
You'll see in a minute.
Oh, I was like,
Do you have a mini for a shell that's Ortall? Don't.
oh, that'd be
Oh.
Mimics don't want to see it.
It's all connected too. You see Aranus standing in the middle of your group, kind of like slouched down, almost like in a defeated type way. He kind of speaks up quietly. He knows you have the book of life. He knows what you want to do with it. And I think he's gained too much power for you to stop him now.
What did you want to do with it?
What does he think we're gonna do with it?
Well, so you were given a reason to stop him.
Don't give up on us yet.
What were you gonna do with it?
I was going to right the wrongs that my son did. What he did was not the way of our people.
You still can.
We're gonna do that for you.
What was the way of your people? It's hard to
Our darkness exists everywhere. Evil exists everywhere. We were the guardians of that, essentially. It's what we thought Anubis stood for.
protecting the world from the darkness.
But it would seem that he had different plans for us.
Most people don't really tell you their real plans.
What are you gonna accomplish?
Help them.
That last
You
little
get You can see from the way that he's talking to you that like he feels sorrow. He has lots of regret, loss, hopelessness. From the vision and from what that he just wants his family back is what he was wanting.
We're going to avenge your family.
No, vengeance isn't the right way.
No, not vengeance, avenge. Different. We're not doing it from a bad place. We're doing it to prevent Anubis
It's
from
the same difference.
No, but
Violence begets more violence.
alright, then you can talk to Anubis. I'm gonna try to kill him.
The only reason that I have done what I've done is he promised me I would see them again if I did as he asked. But I fell for the same greed as my brother did. And now the people of this land will suffer for it.
Not if we can help it.
There's no time.
As he's sitting there fighting, it's like you can see him like wincing every now and then, like he's fighting back something mentally.
You give us as much time as you can, we'll be there.
Can you tell us where to go? Where he will be? Where we need
He'll
to
be
go?
home.
We saw a vision. Heard something about an arch. Is that where we need to go?
He'll be in Sands of the Dead.
Well, Sands of the Dead's a big place.
I'm sure he's in the Eye of the Storm, right?
Just follow the darkness.
I think we can make it one day if we don't start at night.
I don't think it's a great idea. Going to fight a god on no sleep is a terrible idea.
Sands of the Dead made out of the dogs.
I think it's an hour of the
He looks at all of you and he's like, it won't be an easy task to get to him now. His minions will now roam the sands in the darkness. They'll pop up anywhere.
How long before he fully succeeds?
He has 2 days to complete a ritual
But if he completes
to
the
raise his city back from the sands. And then from there, to complete the ritual he started so long that Ra's sun interrupted.
I'm guessing that ritual is to unleash whatever you guys were supposed to be godding.
Exactly.
I suppose we'll see you soon then.
Now, who wants to make? I will let one person make the persuasion check of telling him that you guys are going to arrive to try and stop it.
Can I guidance the role of whoever it is?
Whoever wants to do it. Everyone's like,
I think it's Kelvin.
-1.
It's Kelvin.
this should definitely be John.
+7.
I was gonna say it should be. It should probably be one of the three of us because we're.
Oh, we still have page 4. It's not me.
Did you
Yeah,
say
it was-
yes to guidance?
He didn't listen to me last time. I'm not.
I was gonna say it was mostly the three of us talking. I don't know. Is it everyone or just people that were talking or?
Go ahead, Kelvin.
So this is like your thing, so like whatever he rolls with your guidance.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
28.
So way higher than what you needed. Hold on. Because a full 1 mark for good.
Oh,
So it's one of mine.
Captain's bad.
I was like, got a bad in there.
Can I try my best? I did. I gave a damn good argument.
He looks up at you after you say this, and he's like, if what you say is true, I will try and buy you time if I can during the ritual. But as his power grows, I slowly get weaker.
So is he in your body or where did it? What happened to him? This damn god.
He's a god, but I mean, he can't physically take form on here. He needs a vessel. And at that moment, you see him like migraines kicking in, and then that voice you heard in the temple that one time, as Anubis cuts in, suddenly. And it's almost like your stance changes, as like looking at you in like a demeaning way. How do you think you can stop me when you couldn't even prevent a seal of Bellagrox being broken? You can barely work together, and yet you believe you can stop me.
Seal of what?
Bellagrax. I will delight in sending you to the underworld, for removing more scum from this world. And as he says this, like darkness just also just snaps into you as you guys wake up.
Look, as far as I can tell, he needs a host. If we just kill Aramis, easy, done. It's done for.
At least
He can't get to the moral plane anymore.
As you kind of shoot awake,
I had a fucked up dream.
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing a show.
Naked.
it was a nightmare. Describe that to me.
you just saw snake clowns and cars.
So I was still outside. So I guess I was about somewhere.
Like you do.
I would like to go in the wilderness and see if I could find like an owl or some sort of semi-intelligent.
Next question. 25. A desert owl.
Well, we're in the jungle. Right?
Yeah, you're in a jungle. Like
Jungle owl.
I'd say you'd probably find like a not an owl. You'd probably find like a parrot.
Okay.
Or a jungler.
So I would like to see.
Sorry, I can talk.
I would like to use my speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
And it says you might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the GM's discretion.
It will not be funny.
So I would like to ask for its assistance to take a message to my father.
I'll roll persuasion.
Is 0 a thing?
It is. Actually, you're kind of sitting there, and it's kind of like listening to you, and you're talking, and it just like.
So the message.
Alrighty.
Heard his wife calling. Yes.
Mom's calling me.
Well, that could have been fun, but alright.
You do notice that while you are outside, and I'll say that you come to and you're doing this while like, about the time that the sun would start to come up, there is no sunlight.
Oh, it's dark.
Whatever darkness is taking the
This is
sky,
darkness.
it's like it's just dim vision everywhere. The purple that is in the sky kind of reflects off the sand, but outside that, the sand even looks darker itself. Still nothing in the dark.
So, my speak with animals lasts for 10 minutes.
Try to find another one.
I literally just want to get this.
Fuck you fucking birds.
Yeah.
I'll say after some time, you will finally find I'll say you give like one of the birds like a snack and it's agreeable with now with you.
Good berry.
There you go.
Good one. You feed them a good berry, so it
Are you
dies.
doing like parchment, or are you like I'm going to tell you this, but I need you to say this because that might get changed along the flight path.
Going in there talking birds.
I would say. Well, that's why I was trying to find one with some sort of intelligence on it, so that I would assume that the abilities that I have would also kind of be an ability that my family would have, as far as the speak with animals and stuff. So it's really just trying to maybe go point to point with it. I mean, I guess I could just talk off the scroll.
It'll probably be easier. Because then at that point, it's just like paragraph out and just apply your message to whatever you're needing it to go.
So I'll,
As long as it doesn't get lost along the way.
I'll,
Or eaten. Or Eldritch blasted.
I'll quickly jot down. Ready the village. Darkness is probably coming for everyone.
Simple enough.
And it's time on.
You get them to assume you
No, actually, one more thing. My journey might take a little bit longer.
Hopefully you get that on there also. And then I guess you're going to just send it in the direction of
Yes,
Your home.
southwest. Yeah.
disappears into the sky.
I'm assuming you don't tell him to scry in the morning, right? Is he going to make your life harder for you to fight?
Necessarily.
Can we try to just layer one more time?
Well, I'm sorry, on someone you never seen before or anything like that. Great.
I mean, I can give more description if I need to.
Well, he's like, he needs the business.
If you had like a disguised self or something, so I could have actually
Or of that.
Minor advantage.
He just stuffs his shirt like, yes.
Yeah, but
this
it's
is
a spell like that. I have very limited spells.
Or if you had something that belonged to her. Do you have a picture of her?
Yeah,
A lot of those.
Pamela Anderson.
The only thing I have is the bow. On me.
Bow would have been great.
It'd be nice, but maybe about it now.
Fun fact: my father is terrible at the save against me. Because the better you know them, It gets real hard to pass that save.
It's morning time. Does Bill like it?
Well, that's good.
As you guys come to, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Cool.